to do that, and he will not leave until 4 o'clock in the afternoon, like 12 hours to fucking cut vegetables for a salad bar. And he does it on Mondays and Wednesdays for like the rest of the week.
It's because you don't pay attention to things like that. My roommate Paul, everybody. Roommate Paul, everybody. You're listening to Before the Show. Welcome. Anybody who tunes in later on and hears this portion of this or wherever. Yeah, Mike, you can move yours wherever. I kind of had to position them for things. Oh no, Michael broke things. Oh no, we broke things. Terrible things happening. They're murdering somebody in the apartment above.
Maybe they're sawing people in half, and we're gonna hear water running pretty soon, so they get dripped into.
Gonna be all the acid.
Yes. What is it? Lime and I can't remember what you mix with lime to make people dissolve. It's probably a good thing.
I think so. Well, no, because I think the lime is to keep it from smelling and rotting so much.
I don't know. I've never murdered a person. I've never murdered a person and dissolved them to try to hide the body.
I've never had to hide a body.
I don't want to be called a liar, so that's the one I'm looking for. Hydrochloric acid.
This motherfucker.
No, piranha solution because it eats the mud. That's fucking amazing.
Turns it into carbon dioxide.
Oh my god.
My god.
Paul knows too much.
You know what? I think Paul.
Paul.
You know what? But Paul, I think you are on the right track. My roommate Paul, for everybody here. Welcome.
Not
I think they're ripping
serial
up the
murderer, Paul.
Yeah, not a convicted murderer at all. Wink.
Whoa. That stuff just works really well cleaning out drains.
That's exactly what it is too.
Yeah. Okay.
They can really do a pool some good too. Helps clean a pool. Really strips the varnish right off.
I think they're stripping up the carpet though. I think that makes most sense.
God damn.
That means somebody moved out. Oh, maybe that's what it was. Oh, you know what? There was a U-Haul here a couple days ago. Welcome to One and Outcast
It's a
episode
really
143, everybody.
inconvenient time to be doing an apartment though at 3:30 in the fucking afternoon.
Yeah,
That's exactly. I'm like, why'd you start now? This like at this point, just start tomorrow morning. You're just being jackasses now. Yep. Paul's getting ready to head out.
God damn it.
He's got to go to work.
You know what? I wonder if are they snaking drains too?
Oh, I would hope not. I hope that's not what snaking drains fucking sounds like.
No,
You say that, but I might.
even like the motors for the thing that spins the snake only sounds like a drill.
Wait, would it be a mixing bowl? Like what you were doing? I wonder if that's what it was like for everybody below us. You piece of shit. You brought this upon us.
See it.
I bet, you know what? I almost wonder if that's what it is.
What?
Because we were baking so much over the past week. There were so many mixers and shit going on. My lord. So anyway, it's just me, Jokeypants, and Billy Joe Friday.
Billy Joe Friday.
Jared and Michael. Anthony's staying home with the baby. He just wanted to.
Dad stuff.
Yeah, he wanted to be dad for the day. And
Dad
I understand.
stuff.
He's allowed to be dad.
Sven's working, otherwise he'd be here. He has Thursday off, so maybe we'll do something Thursday.
Did you give him his dagger?
Dropping it off tonight.
Dropping it
home. Or he was busy when I texted him, and so I said, I have Jared's present for you. Can I drop it off? He's like, yeah. I was like, okay, I'll do it after I get ready to head home. So, yeah, I meant to do it over the weekend, but I just got so fucking busy with everything, Christmas and the holidays. So,
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have anything special. There's no green screen.
Yeah, but hey, at least the
today.
setup's getting better. I do like the mics; they are super nice and convenient. Like now, we just need to get a round table and 4 other cameras. And
we do need to get we need to get a crew. We need to get
an editing person and a visual effects person.
Somebody who knows
check
things
mark
better. I just know audio. I don't know
visual.
But hi, everybody.
Yeah.
So we want to talk about
Hawkeye. We did a Spider-Man thing, but it was just second and first and third reactions after seeing the movie for Christmas. We didn't really get to dive into what they're going to be doing next.
No.
And then just kind of the future of the MCU and where it stands. Because we know we have things coming up.
I have had some thoughts.
Okay. Did we do any Hawkeye last time? I don't remember if we did or not, because I don't think Anthony did.
No.
Okay.
No,
so
we didn't get to talk about Hawkeye last time.
This is going to be a controversial opinion.
Okay.
It's going to be one of those opinions. What do they call it's a hot take, I suppose. This show was good,
Nerdism.
but
Yeah, no.
the sole derivative of this thing, like we've talked about, was just to give us Kate Bishop. And the ending episode felt like it. It really, really felt like it. So let's just talk Hawkeye in general. Then.
All right, so Hawkeye.
So, the whole thing, because I don't think we've actually done a whole lot of Hawkeye. And now that it's been a week, can I be honest with you? I was really hoping for a bonus drop, like a post, like an episode 7 post, where it's going.
I was hoping for an 8-episode season because this felt like it needed it, but they made it 6. So so let me start with my issue overall with the series.
Yes, I'll interject in a while. Go ahead.
Okay,
I'll give you your 5 minutes. It's fine.
It felt very rushed.
Yes.
From start to beginning, it's very much Michael put it best when he was talking to some people of here's Kate Bishop.
Yep.
And that's it. Because there's a lot of things they hint at, there's a lot of things they tease at, but they don't explain anything. It's just kind of there, and you're expected to just kind of know what it is, and they're going to keep going because Kate Bishop is what we're here for. And it's just, it kind of ends. Yep. And we'll get to it, but the finale itself, I have so many issues. We'll get to it.
So
I do.
This is how the whole season should have broke down, right? This last episode either should have been a 2-parter or it should have had an hour and a half devoted to it. And you're going to ask yourself, well, how do you do that? Agree. Well, the first episode, I only needed there's 15 minutes that could easily be cut from that first episode. There's 15 minutes easy that can be cut from the second episode.
Okay.
Once episode 3 hits, that's where you really get into the Kate and Clint relationship and shit starts in the Ronin shit. So, that's where you can't stop cutting. So right there, you have an extra half hour that you should have tacked on to the end. Because like you said, that end is so fucking rushed. It's just not even fun.
Oh, it's...
Can I tell you what I hate the most? This is going to be a complaining session, and you can either agree with us or not. I don't actually give a fuck. Because
you can suck my ball sack.
Basically.
No, I'm just kidding. We love you, and I hope you keep listening.
As we all know, I really enjoyed the Black Widow movie, right? Mm-hmm. A lot of people didn't, and there's fair criticisms about it. A lot of people didn't like it because they dehumanized Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow. She's supposed to be a human spy, a trained operative. They basically made her bulletproof through the entire movie. The whole Taskmaster villain, about how Taskmaster knows all the Avengers stuff, but the only way that she could beat Taskmaster was by using the thing that Taskmaster... I get it. I get the criticism. Everyone knows that I only like Black Widow for Scarlett Johansson. And then, of course, Florence Pugh's Yelena, right? Yelena was perfect.
She was great in Black Widow. Yep. She's also great...
She has
coffee.
She has the same dynamic.
She's also great in Hawkeye.
She has the same dynamic with Scarlett Johansson that she kind of had with Kate Bishop, is more like a sister figure, and it's really good. I didn't buy or give a fuck about anything that's seen on the ice between her and Clint.
I was hoping we would get to
fucking
this.
Give any.
Hoping we get here.
Episode 3 got me in when she shows up. Episode 4 was great. Episode 5 was fine. Episode 6, she shows up at 4, right? 4.
Yeah. She shows up before on the rooftop. 5, she introduces herself to Kate, and they end on the D'Onofrio thing.
6 is...
And then 6 is the finale.
6 is the finale where she's fighting in the elevator and showing up to the party. It's great. They get to the ice, and, my heart is in this.
That's my other thing. The party itself, there's so much that you could have explored in that, of, Kingpin's connections, dude.
Who's there? Yeah.
You could have had a whole episode of Kingpin has hired multiple people to kill her mom and made it a whole thing for the whole episode, and then had the ice rink finale and had more to go on with it. The party could have been a whole fucking thing, and they rushed it into that and then the ice rink. And I'm like, there's more you could have done here.
Everything leading up to the ice rink, which I know you have to resolve that at some point.
I don't buy her and Clint Barton. I don't. I'm sorry. I don't.
It was great, but it felt so forced.
Here's my problem.
Can I real quick?
Yes.
The whole she's like shows up after like the tracksuits are like fucked up hardcore. It's good. That's good timing. It was great timing for her to show up and like he's tired. It's good timing, right? Fucking kicks his ass on the floor. She whistles. He whistles back, and that like sparks something because like it goes back to the ending scene in Black Widow where she lets out the call. Like it's their secret whistle they've had since a kid, right? Like I can't whistle now, god damn it. But like 2 high notes and 2 low notes.
Yeah.
It's how her and Natasha talk
yeah.
to each other. And I was expecting at the end of Black Widow for someone to respond to her call, and it never happened. I didn't want him to respond to this. That's like, because that like, it, all of a sudden it takes like, oh no, I knew Natasha, you know, she talked about you often, blah, blah, blah. You know, Natasha, when Florence Pugh says you should have tried harder, and he goes like, you know that it wasn't going to happen. If she gets her head set on something. And like, it took me completely out of the series, which is saying something, because I wasn't invested until like episode 3 really got me invested with Haley Steinfeld and Jeremy Renner, where their relationship kind of took off after like the Ronin incident. And then when Yelena shows up, I'm like, yes, that's great. But that final scene, and then ending on D'Onofrio, it is what it is, but like it needed more. It was so rushed, and the final scene at the farm, which I fucking called, by the way, I want to let it know. You go back 3 episodes, I said that they are all going to make it home in time for Christmas, and Kate Bishop is going to be there. So it just, I don't have any complaints. It's probably my second favorite Marvel show. I didn't like Falcon and the Winter Soldier as much as I liked this one. And WandaVision's my least favorite just because, I mean, they're a close 2-3 right there. But like Loki, this, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and then WandaVision. I know that's a controversial take, but like I think we all know that Loki and WandaVision are probably, for most people, 1-2 just because of the way it was there. But, you know, we're getting a season 2 of Loki, season 2 of this, and a season 2 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So, like, WandaVision is kind of one of those standalone things that I'm not incorporating into this because it was a vehicle used, much like this show was a vehicle used to deliver us Kate Bishop. It was a vehicle used to show Wanda Maximoff as a Nexus being, as the Scarlet Witch, which is going to wrap into the next Doctor Strange movie, where this might just end up being a Hawkeye series. She may never show up in an MCU movie, much like who knows if Sebastian Stan or, you know, the Winter Soldier and Falcon are ever going to be in another MCU movie. So Loki will eventually, if he doesn't die off in Loki, but
okay,
I get
so
that these shows
up
are all
some things.
I get these shows
Sorry,
are all
everybody, I'm
vehicles to
messing with
deliver
my
us
microphone.
characters for the future of the MCU, but this one
My
did
bad.
it the most poorly.
So sorry, I was messing with my mic because I was trying to
Yeah, you're
readjust everything.
I was vamping, by the way, because Jared was
Yes.
pulling up.
Yeah, no,
Swordmaster.
I completely appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Yeah, the dude that the mother marries in the series.
Didn't marry, fiance. Never
Okay,
married.
sorry, fiance. I guess
They got engaged at the party. That was when Haley Steinfeld showed up, and the old dude was like,
"That's right."
About the wedding, and she goes, "Wedding," and she doesn't find out. So
That's right. That's right.
oh, so I called the mom being the bad guy the entire time 4 episodes ago. Just want to point that one out too. Shit can't get past me because I'm a piece of shit.
No, so he was Swordmaster.
Yeah.
They hint at it the whole time. They don't really let him.
What's up with loud fucking?
What is up with today? I don't know.
It's fucking
like,
Monday.
You guys
There's
recording the show over at the Oddcast.
I guess this is what happens when we record an hour
Please,
fucking
sir,
early.
we just want to record our show. Please don't
Bunch of
fucking ruin it.
jackasses.
We're just humble nerds.
Yeah.
Anyway, so yeah, they don't really let him be that character until the very, very end. In the finale, they have like a thing of him fighting everybody with a sword and him being like, finally. And I'm like, I wanted that the whole time though. Like you hint at the whole time you could do this, but every time there's a fight, you're just like you play bitch and you're like, oh help me, like no bitch, be Swordmaster. Like I hated that. Disappointed at that.
Such a good actor.
I hope he comes back. I hope they bring him back like Bartok and he becomes a thing going forward with Kate, because that will be fun.
Oh, absolutely. I would buy him as Swordmaster too. It reminds me, you know what it reminds me of? And it's just, it reminds me of the Princess Bride, because they both have that like Spanish accent. Like, my name is Antico Montoya. You killed my father, I have to die. And it's like, that's just what it reminds me of. And he's just a good fucking actor.
And if people like him enough, there's funny enough, since he is a villain, that it looks like they're gonna go like I don't know, like
anti-hero.
I guess they're gonna go anti-hero with him. But there is another villain for Spider-Man who's a Latino American that I think could be done now that they brought him in.
Yeah.
Which would be Tarantula.
Oh, that'd be
which
fun.
would be like another Bartok the Leaper kind of thing, except he had like poison dagger like shoes and things. But like
cool.
he had like went through an experiment so he could like jump and cling to walls and shit.
Neat.
So that'd be something you could go with as well, you know, kind of like, because, you know, they want to build a portfolio, they want to make things more inclusive, and I completely agree.
Yep.
And I get it. And there's plenty of characters you can do that with. Swordmaster being one of them. You know, you got Tarantula there. We got Miles Morales. Like, can we just say right off the bat that they're clearly showing that is coming?
It has
like,
to
could
be.
they be any more heavy-handed with
Listen,
everything going on between them and Sony?
If you could, if it wasn't obvious that how successful Into the Spider-Verse was, and immediately got a second green light for Across the Spider-Verse, like, of course,
Part one?
Yeah, of course, a Miles Morales character is going to be in the actual MCU.
The Jamie Foxx line from Spider-Man
so
kills.
good. So
like, I thought you would have
well
been black.
So
I bet there's a black Spider-Man. I'm
So
like,
good.
oh,
So good.
It's we already have Prowler. They just have to let him be Prowler. Because
Yes.
he was in Homecoming. He interrogates Peter interrogates him, but they never bring him back in the sequels. So I wonder what
Still
he's
out
doing
there.
now.
Be there with Kraven the Hunter. Don't worry. Be the next two.
So
Hawkeye. They hinted at that. He finally wore the famous purple suit, which a lot of people had a good time with. I agree. I enjoyed seeing him in an actual like get up. It was fun. We need to talk about D'Onofrio.
oh, we're getting there.
I know we are.
We're getting there.
That's
Also,
the
want to
great
talk about
fucking scene.
I want to talk about the. You brought this up. I let you have your rant, and I have my inputs as well. Yelena and Kate were fucking great.
That's fucking fun.
The elevator scene, fucking great. The scene in her apartment, fucking great. I love that. I wanted more of that, which is why this needed at least that 2 extra episodes to really flesh out all the characters that they
to
had
be
going.
like in a relationship together and just like couples like fighting crime and bickering. It works so fucking well. It's so fucking good. So fucking good. Well, because the original Hawkeye and the original Black Widow, yeah, I mean, it's hinted at that they had...
Okay, so here's my thing.
Yep.
With her fight against Hawkeye,
Yep.
my problem with it, 100% problem with it, is the fact that Hawkeye brings up that she had talked about Yelena a lot.
Yep.
That's all off screen. The problem with that, to try to have the impact in the short amount of time that they do, is that they never once brought her up. And if they did, it was a very like hidden thing somewhere in a movie, because it wasn't like a prominent thing they talked about. It was usually, you remember that one time here or one time there, or like just that Black Widow and Hawkeye had a thing for each other, that they felt like family to each other. But there was never mention of Yelena till Black Widow, and then there was like this whole universe building thing, and then it's just like, she talked about you all the time. Like, when? When? There's the whistle in Endgame,
when she sacrificed
but that's just the whistle.
For the
like
Soul Stone.
I don't remember much talking about what the fuck the whistle's like.
I mean, I guess because
the whistle's the only thing she had. They never really explored anything about them.
We know the Red Room existed, right? So we know that there's other people. We know kind of how they infiltrated the sleeper cells, but we don't get that until Black Widow, right? We don't get. Oh no. There's like, she has like a sister, and it's a whole family that they did fake Christmases and shit with, and they flew a plane to fucking Russia as their mother figure was dying. survived and then worked for the. It's
crazy.
they
but
did the
they try to
DC
rush it.
thing. They did the DC thing where they tried to earn something that they had
haven't
not
earned it.
deserved yet.
I feel
right?
that they're going to do the same thing really soon. I'm
With
sad.
which one?
I'll get
Okay.
to it.
That's fine. Because we've talked about how the next Flash movie is going to be Flashpoint, right? They haven't earned Flashpoint.
No.
The Batman with Pattinson may redeem some of that, but that is not canon to what they're trying to do, I guess, with the DC EU. I don't know. That's more fucking confusing than anything, to be honest with you. It's a fucking hoot and a half, and I couldn't tell you what the fuck is actually going on.
I don't know either.
Oh, my mic's gonna fall.
The mic's gonna fall.
It's fine.
If you want to, you can just hold it.
I'm going to.
I'm sorry.
You're
Hang
fine.
on, folks.
It doesn't bother me to just fucking hold it.
Things are all fucked up.
It's fine.
I need to get cause see it holds over here. So I think
It just needs to be a flat. Yeah, it needs to be a flat surface.
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Hey, I'm also gonna be upgrading all the things because we have issues going on.
I think I can get it to work right here if I just sit it right here. So we're good.
There's probably a whole bunch of noise in there. I'm sorry, folks.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Which one are you looking up?
Okay.
Oh, of course. My main man.
Yes, because we have to talk about. We have to just touch on this real quick. Because my God, man, this man.
Vincent D'Onofrio. Such a legend. Such a legend.
A legend in his own right.
Bringing Kingpin to the big screen. Well, the little screen, but yes.
But mostly, it's gonna come to the big screen. We all know that's what they're gonna do.
I'd be okay with it. Great Kingpin.
I don't know what Michael's doing over there.
Attach you to a chair.
I mean, if it's cloth, I don't know how that's gonna.
Maybe there's metal in it.
Yeah, but
There.
just a bunch of mic, just boom, like we'll be right back.
There, see? That's all I wanted to do. Sit on the armchair, though. It's there.
Is it picking you up?
Yeah, I think so.
Is the well? The hang on, you have to check. Is the name in front of you?
Yeah, the thing? The barcode or the...
No, the other side. You have to have the name up top here.
Where? Oh, yeah, it's right there.
Yes.
Yeah, it's there.
Okay. Sorry, folks. There's a whole bunch of technical things with these mics that I had to read about.
God damn,
They
that's
sent me
annoying.
it sent me a paper of how best to use them. Anyway,
That's fine.
so I don't know. Well,
Yeah.
but anyway, D'Onofrio. Let's just continue on. Continuing on.
So good.
I missed him from the Netflix series because he's a great fucking Kingpin.
Did you hear? Because he's not as in control in Hawkeye as he is in Daredevil, like his undergrad. Did you read what his thought process on that was?
No.
He published an article being like, yeah, when I was asked to come back as Kingpin, basically almost immediately after Charlie Cox was asked back to be Daredevil as a cameo in No Way Home, spoiler.
Yeah.
Spoiler.
Yeah,
Like,
we covered that last
basically, as
episode. We
soon
did a
as-
whole episode
As
about
soon
it.
as Daredevil was canceled, and they're like, yeah, you're eventually going to make it back. We're going to bring back D'Onofrio too. He's like, cool, when's it going to happen? They're like, we're not sure yet. We have this vehicle that we want to like deliver you in. His thing was like, oh no, Kingpin was totally blipped. He was 100% blipped. In that 5 years that he was gone, his empire crumbled, and this is him building it back from the beginning.
The hand crumbled around because he had ties in that. So does that mean like everything
I
that
don't
was
know.
the Daredevil series crumbled?
That's why he's not like this super aggressive, and why he's trying to convince like Eleanor to like stay with him. And he
Or I wonder if it's just because he wasn't there. Also, I have some thoughts. Okay, so first let me get the D'Onofrio out.
Yep.
He was super strong.
I fucking loved it. It was so
I
good.
fucking
She
like. I
shoots
had
him
to
with a
bring this
fucking
up. By the way, thank you to James. I'm wearing your watch. He got me this watch because we had a thing at office. I guess office Christmas party, but it was at the kitchen. So we closed, and James was there for the after party, and he like came in. He gave Paul a belt because Paul broke his last belt.
Huh.
And then he bought me this watch because we were talking about Spider-Man. And he's like, I don't know if it'll fit or not, but it was fitting because it was Spider-Man, and I needed to get you something.
It's
And
adorable.
Like, oh. So I'm wearing it. But anyway, he was like abnormally strong, and I brought this up to him. I'm like, he wasn't like the Daredevil series like showed he was above normal strong, but they never fully got into how
They
strong
didn't
he
allow
was.
him to rage.
Yeah, whereas this series is like he's ripping fucking car doors off, getting shot with arrows in the chest, and ripping it out. Like I don't give a fuck. Like
So good.
he's and then like her kicking him and punching him, and him just super punching her into the wall, being
Just
like,
like-
I don't give a fuck, bitch.
She fucking
Like-
breaks the sound barrier.
Like they've brought in a whole new kind of Kingpin.
Yeah. So good.
Which, by the way, the finale again, spoiler for the full finale here.
We see it's her. She's
Echo.
Echo, right?
Yeah,
She's
Echo
getting her own
shows back
show.
up. I don't know. Is she?
Yeah,
I don't
she's getting a
fucking.
show.
God damn it!
She's getting her own show. It's coming out after She-Hulk.
This better bring in Daredevil then, because they
It
have
has
him
to.
there. There has to
It
be
has
something
to,
that brings
right?
him back. Besides the next Spider-Man. Well, no, they don't even need him for that now. Because son of a bitch, when is he gonna come back now?
It's gonna be in one of these shows.
Oh,
or-
you fucking bitches!
It's gonna be in
Um,
She-Hulk. You told me it was gonna be in She-Hulk because.
Oh, that's right. Because she's a lawyer. He's
She's
a
a
lawyer. It
lawyer,
would make
too.
sense for him to show up
Yeah.
there. They'd be fucking idiots not to bring him in there somewhere. I'm sorry if you are Disney. Anyway, so yeah, Echo shows back up. She knows he ordered her father to be killed when she was a kid,
such a.
so she's
okay,
got to kill him.
That scene
That scene was,
was
well earned. Because
was
that had
so
been
much-
from the beginning.
Yes, you fucking
Whereas the
got
Yelena
something.
and Clint
Fucking-
being forced to be like,
we're friends now.
you killed my sister, and they're like, no,
It's a
she
shitty Redneck
killed her.
accent, but it's
I know.
adorable.
I'm just trying to get
It's
through
good. I get it.
it.
It's so good. I didn't mean to call you out for that shit, but I'm like, my sister. I'm like, okay, bud.
My sister killed
My
herself.
sister killed herself to save
Like,
the world. She's a hero. Yeah.
Your sister committed suicide, and I
Yeah.
couldn't stop her.
You
I'm
should've
sorry.
tried harder.
I tried hard.
There's no
And then
emotion
it's like,
in
I
either
can't
of
forgive
them.
you, but I'm not going to kill you. I need to go learn who these people are that hired me, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, none of this is earned.
None of this is.
This is just very there to have
you- thank
because
you for-
Clint is there.
Yeah.
Like,
I just didn't need, like.
this very much, it felt like an afterthought story to everything else. Because
Yes.
it was very much there was that after credit.
You know
Yelena
what
has
you
to
know
show
what
up now.
Really think
I
is
guess we're going to
originally-
have to write her in.
I think originally when it was gonna be a set or probably like a full 8 hour, 'cause they're like, oh no, she's totally gonna put.
This
Clint,
brings into my next theory.
she's gonna totally put Clint in like the hospital. Not gonna kill him. She's gonna think he's dead. It's gonna they'll finally have that conversation in the hospital on his deathbed. He'll recover and take Kate to be the new Hawkeye, and Yelena will go off to discover like what she's gonna do next. Which is fine, but like to do it on the fucking skating rink when they haven't earned it, when they've had one fight on the rooftop, an interaction that has only been Kate.
Only
and
her and
Yelena,
Kate would
which
have
was
made sense.
The best fucking scene out of the entire fucking series, and then in an elevator,
You killed my
Clint
sister.
and Yelena never interact. What I needed was them in a public space interacting and being like, "No, this is actually what happened," but they
You know
never
what?
do.
Okay, follow me here.
Yeah, go ahead.
Before I blow your mind, I think this would have been a better spot.
Okay.
When he takes his earpiece out
Yes.
and he's talking to Natasha by looking at the memorial and
Yes.
like talking to her
Oh,
through
yeah.
her name, that would have been a perfect time for Yelena to come up and just hear something that he was saying
Oh,
because
yes.
that would have made sense later on at the
Yes.
ice rink of why she would be like, okay, maybe you are telling the truth because
Yes.
I overheard this.
Yes.
But they don't do that. They just have a heartwarming moment with Hawkeye, but it doesn't explain why Yelena lets him go.
Nope.
Because there's no attachment she has other than okay, he knows a few things, but like all you've been told is he murdered your sister. Like
Again,
you don't
I
know
was not-
anything, and you even hate him. You go out of your way to say that she hates Hawkeye, fucking hates him because he's a piece of shit and kills for money. But then all of a sudden there's like that just like 2-second exchange of a whistle, and it's like, oh, he knows everything. I have to go learn about myself, and I'm like, okay, so this is gonna be a thing, but this is like it
It's
feels
not-
very much afterthought.
It's just
Okay,
not-
now ready to blow your mind.
Go ahead. You can try.
When did Spider-Man No Way Home end? Christmas Day, right?
Because again, we brought up a
Hawkeye went
theory.
home,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Michael, think about this for a second.
Yep.
He swings over the ice rink, right?
That's what I thought. That's
yeah.
why I thought we
yeah.
was gonna make
yeah,
a cameo.
right.
Was this gonna happen?
Hang on.
Yeah, okay.
That if all that happened Christmas Eve, because
Yeah.
then he went home the next day, finally made it home, right?
Uh-huh.
Even if it's only a day in between,
Uh-huh.
how did they fix that ice rink? Because the tree was still there and people were skating around. That tree got completely toppled down and things got blown the fuck up.
You can tell me your theory, but I'm going to tell you my theory.
How this ties into what I'm going to bring up.
Okay.
How did the ice rink get fixed overnight? There's no way they fixed everything and there's people just skating around the night after everything happened there.
That's true.
Point number 2.
Yeah.
Didn't they say go out of their way to explain in Endgame that if you change something, you're not necessarily changing where you're at, but it's like you're just changing what the timeline will do. And then we see that even more with Loki, where like there's alternate realities, blah blah blah. They're really, really leaning hard into that.
Yeah.
What if because of what Doctor Strange did, he transported Peter into some sort of, he's made a sub-universe where Peter, no one knows he's Spider-Man. But now he's just off. Maybe he's off in his own thing, and that's going to be a thing we have to explore. Because maybe that's what they resolved with Sony, of Sony being like, we're going to keep doing this. And like, okay, well, we'll do this with Spider-Man.
I get it.
And we have Spider-Man into the across the Spider-Verse, right?
Across Spider-Verse Part 1.
What if it's Miles Morales? James really got me going on this. What if Miles goes into the MCU at the end of like a Part 2? And it's just him being like, where am I? And Tom Holland being like, who are you? Like, wait a minute, are you another Spider-Man? Blah, blah, blah. And then Miles Morales. And it's their deal with Sony of being like, we'll trade off.
Is like, if you're going to do that, you need to change the voice actor of Miles Morales to someone that you're going to be okay with playing a Miles Morales character.
See, there's a lot of issues, but
I know, I get where you're coming from.
He was exploring more on like the Miles Morales thing. I'm like, that could make sense if they're going to introduce him, maybe do it slowly that way.
My take is there was supposed to be a Spider-Man cameo at some point in time in Hawkeye, and there just wasn't because
I think so. They even brought up that they only added the Statue of Liberty thing because they were originally going to go to the Statue of Liberty, telling me that Far From Home had some things that it was going to do that they were not aware of.
Yes.
So they had to change the script entirely.
Which is fine. My take on it is it's when Spider-Man is swinging through there, it's a couple days before. And Hawkeye, the finale of Hawkeye actually takes place after No Way Home.
That's the only way it makes sense. Otherwise, how did they fix it over the course of a night? There's no way they fixed it. Which I'm okay with,
because if you do listen to the radio scanner, they are talking about disturbances at like a hotel, which is where the auction takes place. So Spider-Man was there kind of like...
But he didn't show up at any of the series.
But he's constantly showing up after shit falls, and so like he's just always one step behind. Okay. And there's only 2 more episodes, and then Kingpin like fucking bites it or whatever, however you're gonna take that.
Okay, yeah. So the ending with D'Onofrio is we started to get into that. Echo shows up, is gonna kill him, but then they cut away quick after the gunshot.
Bam. And you just see the gunshot. It's a very classic misdirect.
So
not dead.
He's not dead, and people are very quick to point out like the Kingpin we saw with this series, what little bit we got, he's a much different version than what we got on Netflix. Yes. Like he blipped back as something very different.
Yes, which I'm okay with because this man is a godsend to this role.
But he still found his way into the crime world. Like he's still Kingpin.
So yeah, he's always going to be
Kingpin. But this series, I think, falls a little lower for me. Just because that finale really killed it for me, because there was so much they tried to do they didn't fully earn in the series to make work.
Again, I only am saying this because it got me into the series. Falcon and the Winter Soldier, I never was fully invested in that.
I enjoyed that one. I enjoyed Zemo.
WandaVision, again, I couldn't get into it. I was able to get into Loki, and I was able to get into this one where the other two, for whatever reason, they just pulled me out of it. So...
All right.
But this finale was hot fucking garbage.
It was a terrible finale. And I'm sorry to people who liked it. I know there were people who did. I just personally felt like it was a
It should have ended at the elevator, because that was technically 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And the next episode 7 should have been them building up to earning that fight between Yelena and Clint, and then the final, it could have been a half hour, like, this is the finale. It's only 30 minutes, but it's only Yelena.
You know what you
Kate,
could have even
and then
done?
yeah.
Could have ended on the elevator. Open
Yep.
up episode 7
Mhm.
with Yelena taking the picking up where Black Widow's end
Yes,
credit was,
and
where she's taking the contract, show her meeting Kingpin, show her making the deal with Kingpin, and being like getting into this whole crime syndicate.
Well, she's
So
making
then
a
at
deal
the
with
end, it
Kingpin,
makes
she made it
sense.
to a proxy, but yes.
Well, still,
I get
like
you.
her getting all this information. So then by the end, when she walks away to think about the people who hired her, it
You
makes
know-
sense because
yes.
she's
I-
met them and like
I
has an experience to
100%
back
agree
up
with
what
you.
she's feeling in that moment.
100% agree with you. That is
Instead
a
of just
great take.
explaining it away
It
as she
didn't-
walks
but they
away. Like,
didn't even
no, but it's
explain
like
it
it's
away.
not earned.
They didn't. They just fucking swept it under the rug.
Yeah.
And then we got a happy ending at fucking Christmas time with Agent 19.
But I am gonna blow Mike's mind.
Yes.
So No Way Home.
Yep.
I thought about this.
Yeah, did you?
Last night. There's 3 villains that are going to make an appearance.
Yep.
So again, we talked about this all last episode. We devoted a whole thing, which is why
Yep.
I don't want to take up too much time. But I thought about this. We have Venom confirmed. The
Yep.
suit was left behind, so there's going to be a Venom
There's
somewhere.
going to be a Venom somewhere.
The Green
Vulture.
Goblin glider
Okay.
was
hang on.
left behind
Hang
because
on,
all
'cause
the
I thought about
people
this too.
transferred.
Yes.
Because they also went out of their way to show you that Doc Ock was sent back, but he was still missing a tentacle hand. So
Yes.
there's a tentacle hand laying somewhere on the
Yes,
Statue of Liberty,
okay.
as well as a goblin glider and equipment, which is
Hey,
what leads to a
that's-
hobgoblin.
I thought about that this morning when I was out driving and doing some grocery shopping. Is the mask technically is still there in 4 pieces too? I thought about that as well. So like that thought occurred to me as well. Like no, all this shit is still there.
But
like,
you know what? I found this even better. Because I almost wonder if they're going to work it in. Armor Wars was
Yeah.
confirmed
Yep.
coming, which is going to be all the Iron Man armor that is just somewhere in the MCU because Tony Stark died. But there's
Yep.
still armor that people were trying to get and whatever.
Yep.
So there's going to be a whole thing devoted to that.
Yep.
Now there's goblin gear and shit, so I almost wonder if there's going to be like the
Armor
tentacle,
Wars.
the hand and thing
Yep.
that comes back either in the next Spider-Man
You
or
think
even in
he's-
Armor
you think
Wars
he'll get
before
the
it.
Iron Spider suit back too. I hope not. If
He
they
doesn't.
do,
I don't think he has it in the ending to end.
technically he
to
still
No
has
Home.
nanobots,
He does have nanobots,
which
yeah.
is part of his.
I guess
which is
he.
the
I guess
Iron
he
Spider
could.
Suit.
Yeah.
He only has
Um,
a few nanobots, but that doesn't mean he's not smart enough to recreate them. But it's fine.
But no, there. We also have Fantastic Four coming.
Yeah.
So we have a
So-
Reed Richards that can come and be like
Yeah.
a scientific mentor for him again,
Yeah.
and we can get a different side to Peter, which
Yeah.
is kind of what they've done with Bruce Banner with Hulk, without giving him his own movies, like
It's
just kind of
true.
showing the different sides. Whereas Spider-Man, they've been able to flush it out with
Yeah.
the movies.
Hawkeye. We'll just wrap that up. Great series. You should watch it. Very ending.
The finale.
ending
leaves a bit to be
disappointment. It
desired.
needed 8 episodes, is what it really needed. That's all there is to it. Maybe season 2 will bring me back in as long as I get more Yelena and Kate Bishop, which I would be 100% okay with. We'll go from there. Let's now
That's true.
pivot, Jared,
Pivot.
to Spider-Man.
Pivot to Spider-Man.
We're gonna pivot to Spider-Man. We're not really gonna talk. We're gonna not really talk a whole lot of No Way Home.
We already did a lot of that.
We already
so
did a lot of that. I would
we did a lot
instead
of
like
that.
to shift to The Amazing Spider-Man, Part 3, which, and we'll talk about Tobey Maguire Part 4 as well. Part 3, which is because Andrew Garfield and this made $1 billion now. It just
He's
cost,
getting credit all over the internet
he
for
was
holding his own.
he,
With,
like,
I'm not in the
fucking-
movie.
like when he's
Adamantly
there,
not in the movie. And
like,
then bam.
and when he's there in the movie, like it's so good.
So fucking good.
No Way Home just crossed the $1 billion worldwide threshold market. So, like, yeah, it's a lot. It made a shit ton of money. An absolute
ton of money.
fuck ton of money. A literal fuck ton. You know, Sony's like now tossing out like, oh, maybe we give Toby another one and we'll give Andrew another one. Like, if we can gross $100 million for Spider-Man, fuck it. We can run, like, we already have 2 parallel Spider-Man universes. Why not fucking 4 as long as we can get on board?
Well, that's the thing that I wanted to bring up too.
In the Morbius trailer,
Yes.
there's
There's a Tobey
Oscorp.
Maguire.
There's an Oscorp logo. So I
Weird.
read this. It's when he's in his lab.
Oh my god, is that what the Venomverse is gonna do? Is it gonna become just the Sinister
Yes.
Six universe?
Yes, Jared, that read online, right? So Venom in the end of No Way Home says like, well, maybe I should go talk to this Spider-Man in New York. What if he does go to New York? But what if it's Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man?
Or what if it's Tobey Maguire's
right?
Spider-Man?
What if it's because like,
oh my
there's
god,
still
what
an
if he got transported to a different universe?
or what if those were his universes, but because he's in LA, he wasn't really paying attention to a whole lot that was going on in New York? Because Venom technically takes place on the West Coast, and Spider-Man is in New York.
But how would it be Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man? Because that's the one that's on the.
It'd be Andrew Garfield's because Andrew Garfield doesn't have a Venom yet. Tobey Maguire's does, and now Tom Holland's does, but Andrew Garfield's technically doesn't. So now you bring a Venom into that universe, and you have a Venomverse and a Spider-Man universe that
you know what
doesn't necessarily have a parallel, but
I would be okay with that.
Together,
I would be okay with that. But they need to rectify if they bring back Electro after the No Way Home ending.
Yes,
he has to be Jamie Foxx the way he was in No Way Home. No
Yes.
more fucking Mr. Manhattan, like Dr. Manhattan bullshit. This fucking Blue Man.
They're not even going to do that. They're just
because the Ultimate comic look did not work for that movie. It looked terrible. They're not even
going to worry about that. It's going to be Oscorp. It's going to be a Venom finale going into it with, I don't know, just another probably random villain that they haven't.
You know what they need to do? They need to reopen it with Rhino.
Yes,
but it needs to be a better looking Rhino. They need to put more effort into it.
I was okay with that Rhino, but like it wasn't.
Don't open the hood.
Yes,
just be Rhino.
Just be Rhino.
Do not. The CGI does not hold up. It was a very
Giamatti.
quick edited thing, and it looked terrible. Like, give it a repolish and start with that in the next movie. Open on that.
That's how Sony is going to keep doing Venom, is by like saying like, oh no, it's just Andrew Garfield's universe.
God! And then it
works really well, doesn't it? And here's the thing. Now you're asking like, what are they going to do with Toby?
And Jared Leto Morbius fits too well with an Andrew Garfield Spider-Man.
Right? And then but the issue you have is like, well, it's Michael Keaton. Okay. Well, Michael Keaton can just be Vulture in both fucking universes. Who the shit cares? No one.
What if they recast him as something different?
I'd be fine with that too. I would be 100% okay with that if he's Vulture in one universe and fucking something else in another universe. It means nothing. But if you're gonna do that, you need to keep doing the trifecta, and you need to fucking do it for Tobey Maguire and have him be something fucking different in Tobey Maguire's ones too, because it's fucking amazing. Also,
or you know what? Make that the Stan Lee for the Spider-Man universe.
Yes.
That he's Vulture in all three, but he's different in all three universes.
I brought something like that up as well. Like if you're gonna do that, just fucking
do the Tobey Maguire one, but he make him up to be a really old man and just go full old man Tobey Maguire with that one. Yes. Andrew Garfield's I don't know what the fuck they're doing with if that's gonna be the case.
It's gonna be Venom Morbius. Because here's the thing, they could do Daredevil in that universe even.
Could,
because
it's a bit darker.
It doesn't matter.
It's a bit darker, a bit more mature.
And I just want to say one thing on Into the Spider-Verse and Across the Spider-Verse.
Okay.
If they're going to do a Miles Morales steps from the animated universe into a physical universe, you need to let Nick Cage do it as Spider-Noir. Like, just have him walk through as Nick Cage in like a trench coat and fucking.
So,
mask.
Michael, I looked up that trailer.
Oh, the fucking unbearable weight of massive talent. As Nick Cage is Nick Cage. It's so fucking good, isn't it? It's so fucking good.
It's an autobiography movie about Nicolas Cage, played by Nicolas Cage.
The unbelievable.
I thought this movie was a fucking fake thing that somebody made up he was gonna do.
I cannot fucking wait.
And then I watched the trailer, and it's literally produced and directed and starring Nicolas Cage as Nicolas Cage, and I'm like,
he gets it. He
fucking gets it.
It's so good. He gets that he's the joke. It's fucking amazing. when him and fucking Neil Patrick Harris are just sitting there like, it's $1 million. Okay, I'll do it. So good.
Okay, so before I get into more Marvel stuff, because we got some time.
Yeah.
Thank you for starting early, Mike. Yeah, there's so much to talk about.
I told you there was
so much to talk about.
That's why I was like, let's start at 3. That way I'm not here until 9 o'clock at night.
So can I? So I want a side tangent.
Yep.
You brought up Neil Patrick Harris.
Yep.
Matrix Resurrections.
Okay. I haven't watched it yet, but I've not seen the original 3 movies either. So
Can I spoil it for you? Then
I don't give a fuck.
Okay,
I've
I
read
know
your
Anthony
tweets.
wanted to see it, and I just
Anthony, if you're watching right now on any platform, or if you're listening to this back,
if
this
you
is
end up
spoiler for the
listening, you
Matrix.
watch whatever.
I'm giving you a long time for you to make sure that if you're skipping ahead a couple seconds just to get past the podcast, again, spoilers for the Matrix Reunion. So again, spoilers. Go ahead.
That's about the whole movie. So that's the whole movie
Oh, that's
in a
great.
nutshell.
I don't know who
I
either of those
wish I was
characters are.
fucking kidding. If you've seen The Matrix, I've already spoiled the whole movie for you with just that little joke there. It somehow they try to do the first movie.
Yep.
But they make it so fucking boring. And I mean they make it boring because they over-explain everything. And some of the things that they're explaining, like when Neo comes, like there's a whole thing about and it's like I hate this so I hate what they did so much. So Neil Patrick Harris is in it.
Yep.
So spoiling for Michael, for all of you, you can tune out now. He's playing a new, basically like moderator of the Matrix. He's taken the place of the thing that Neo kills at the end of the third movie that was controlling everything.
Yeah.
And this is a smarter AI kind of thing. And it has made a new Matrix. But it realized there's like they over-explain it so fucking much. But basically, Neo's in a new Matrix. He's back to living in the Matrix. He's no longer like aware of anything outside of it.
Okay.
He's a game designer.
Okay.
Michael, can you guess what his best 3 selling games are that gave him a lifetime career? And he's now making a 4th.
Is it the Matrix? Are you? I'm so fucking heavy-handed, man.
There are 3 games all about, man, whenever I see Neo, I just think, and then like, so his boss.
Oh my god, that's so good though.
His boss is Agent Smith in a new body in this new Matrix.
Yeah, I got that.
Like he's staring out the window, and they have a flashback to Mr. Smith. Is it Hugo Weaving?
Yeah, probably.
The guy, Red Skull. Hugo Weaving?
Yes.
Right. Yes. So here's Mr. Smith.
I forgot.
They flash from the window. They show his face, and then it shows flashbacks to the last 3 movies of his entire battle with Neo, and he like repeats a line to him about how people just like ignore their surroundings, whatever, keep going. Then he turns around, he's like, "That's such a great line from your game. I can't. It's such a good line." And then they talk about his 4th game that he's making, and I'm like, really? So he's designing a 4th Matrix game, and this is the 4th movie, and then they have like a whole board meeting with people and about like, we need more guns, we need more bullet time, blah 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, this hurts. This hurts a lot.
Yeah, it
hurts a lot.
It does.
Then they finally get you out of the Matrix, and they yada yada everything that happened with the real people outside of the Matrix of this fucking movie.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so there was a whole robot-human war, right? That was
Yep.
the whole point. Outside of the Matrix, that's
Yep.
what people were doing. Neo comes back, like, I don't even, like 50 years after the fact or some shit.
Yep.
And, like the people he knew were either dead or old. And the like, one of his old pals, like, explains, like, oh, I became the leader because Morpheus died, blah, blah, blah. And, like, you made robots, the AI robots and things, realize the humans and us can work together. And then they literally yada yada a 10-second scene of the machines fighting themselves, and it being like they had a civil war over dispute of if they could trust humans or not to trust humans, and they killed each other.
Seems like a lot.
Yeah, they just yada yada that real quick, and then they're like, so anyway, we live underground now. We made a thing to have light and food, and we're growing strawberries. Taste it. Tastes like a strawberry. That's what we're doing, Neo.
Wow.
Didn't come looking for you at all.
Wow.
Everyone you know's dead.
Wow. Wow.
And can you? So Neil Patrick Harris shows up, right? Because
Yeah.
then Neo, of course, he's like, I have to get Trinity back. They're like, are you sure it's going to be dangerous, Neo? They're going to be looking for you because the new Matrix agents are anybody. They're not Mr. Smith in a suit and tie. They just infest whatever's in the Matrix and report back to Deja Vu, which is literally Neil Patrick Harris and his cat. The cat's called Deja Vu, and that's how he like fucks with them the whole
I
movie.
hate that.
Yeah, right. I hated that too.
Hate that.
And then he bullet times Neo, like
Okay.
freezes time on him, and he's like, "Oh, isn't that fun? You know, like use your own power against you." Ha 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 ha. And then he like explains that when him and Trinity died, the old AI like leader, whatever, didn't believe in humans' creativity.
Okay.
So it tried to dumb them down to living their little lives.
Okay.
He's like, but then I realized that what it needs is you and Trinity, because when you and Trinity are in the Matrix together, things just seem to work better. And there's something about you being connected outside of the Matrix, like makes things work, gives us power.
Yep.
But like it tried to, I don't know, something about like, I tried to give you free will, and then the whole Matrix crashed and it was stupid and people like just kept killing themselves. He's like, so then I just made a Matrix like the last one, except that I focus on people's like pain. I think it was like pain and misery gives them more power than trying to bring people joy, is what he says. But then he found that if he had them in the same room, as long as they don't touch, the Matrix ran even better and tripled their power. So he had them in pods across from each other. Because if they touched, then they like sent out an explosion of some kind that like would fry the Matrix. And that's the movie in a nutshell. And the whole movie is Neo awakening to halfway through. He realizes he's in the Matrix. He fights Mr. Smith. Oh, and then Mr. Smith comes in to save the fucking day for some goddamn reason. Neil Patrick Harris is fighting. And Trinity and Neo finally reunite, and then Neil Patrick Harris says stop. And then Mr. Smith shows up and shoots him in the face. And then he's like,
Boring as hell.
And then he's like, I'm free to be my own new Mr. Smith of this reality, Mr. Anderson. And then he like leaves. And then Neil Patrick Harris shows up at the end. And I shit you not, this is the fucking ending. Neil Patrick Harris sitting in a chair in the destroyed apartment that was Neo's apartment in the Matrix. Anyway, so him and Trinity show up, and he's just sitting there sipping tea, and he's like, you haven't won. I'm still winning outside the Matrix, even though you have Trinity. Like, you'll never be able to keep the Matrix running. What will you do? And then they're just like, I guess we'll just keep fighting. He's like, I'll stop you. I guess we'll just see. And then they throw on their shades, Duster kicks back, and they fly off into the sky, and then it cuts to credits.
Are you serious?
I'm dead.
I wish I was lying. I know very, very little.
It was
about
literally
the
just we're going to make a ton more movies with these two. I hope you enjoyed this piece of garbage.
I know very. I cannot stress how little I know about the
Hey
Matrix.
guys, you like Neil Patrick Harris? He's our new villain of whatever we're going to do here. Hope you
very
enjoyed
little
him.
about the Matrix. I couldn't tell. I could tell you Lawrence Fishburne is in it, and I know
Not anymore.
Keanu Reeves.
Oh, that's the thing.
It's
He's been
new.
reincarnated.
Yeah, of course he has.
He was reincarnated in the Matrix, and they have a new thing of like metallic metal balls. like
but
that let an
pulling back
AI
your
control it
duster
into a body.
and Superman flying away.
Yeah,
doesn't
it's
sound-
literally I guess we'll see about that.
doesn't sound like something that would incorporate into the Matrix.
Oh, at first Neo can't remember how to fly, but then of course at the very end with Trinity, he gets his powers back and he can fly again. And they fly off into the screen and it cuts to credits and it's just like a big old pile of what will we do with this next? Who knows?
I have more questions that'll not get answers.
Oh, please fire away. I'll
Nope.
try.
Nope.
I could probably answer for. I've seen all of them. This movie
I've not
confused me
seen
by what
any
they
of
tried
them.
to do.
I watched the first 5 minutes of the first one the other day, and I got to the police busting down his door, which I think is like 2 minutes, 30 seconds into it. And I just couldn't. No.
Oh, the body horror stuff. Yeah, that's
No,
probably a
it's
bit
just-
much.
Yeah, I just couldn't. It was dumb, and I didn't like it, and so I've never watched them. I'll get to them eventually, but like, it's not something that's for me. I know it's not for me.
That's fair. That's fair. This new one was very much. It felt like the first movie,
Fan
but
service.
dumber, and it was not even fan service. Like fan service in all the wrong ways. Whereas No Way Home was fan service in all the best.
Got you. Okay. You know, that's dumb.
Very terrible. Anyway, back to the MCU.
Yeah, go ahead.
So me and James, again, thank you for the watch, James. We were talking about now that Daredevil's back,
Kinda.
and me and my dad were also talking. John Bernthal
Yeah.
been very, very vocal about
Be the Punisher again.
about being I'm always open. And then there was even recently, very recently, it was confirmed but not double confirmed, so not official, but it was being confirmed that he had talked to Marvel and that there was indeed a reboot something, likely series being worked on with John Bernthal and team. And John Bernthal's even been very vocal about, like, there's something in the pipe work. I just, I got to wait to see what it's going to be, but there's talk.
Uh-huh.
Moon Knight's coming.
Yep.
Very soon.
Yeah,
That's one of the next series to come.
I forgot that's up next.
Punisher would fit with that.
Yep.
I think John Bernthal's Punisher will show up in Moon Knight. I think Moon Knight will be coming to kill a crime boss of some kind that he has a dispute with or whatever.
Right.
And I think Punisher is going to be in the same case, and they're just going to cross over briefly like they did with Kingpin or with Charlie Cox and just be like a blip of, like, he's there.
Yep.
Also, they reinvented the Punisher skull. You seen that?
No, I haven't seen it. Is it more of a skull? Less of... Well, they kind of had to after everything that happened in 2021.
I fucking hate people because the Punisher skull is...
It's iconic and great, but when you use it for a bad cause... Oh my god!
I haven't seen the new one. I just know I've seen it all over the line that they changed it completely.
Uh-huh.
This is apparently his new skull.
I don't really like it. Why's he got horns?
Yeah, it's like a demon skull.
Yeah, why's he got horns?
Hang on, people. I'm gonna pull this up for everyone.
Why's he got horns, Jared? Jared, why's he got horns?
Yes.
Why does it look like Wolverine? Oh, why does it look like Wolverine, Jared?
I don't like it either. From what I'm seeing, from what I'm seeing online, not everybody's liking it.
Well, again, you have to kind of reinvent it because people took Punisher's skull and flag as a symbol of white oppression and kind of fucked the horse pretty hard.
I have a Punisher flag in my room.
Yes, but you're not.
That I've had for years.
But you are not
because
a
Punisher
racist and did not try to storm the Capitol.
Well, no, I wouldn't. I don't know. I grew up in a backwoods town, boy.
Moon crickets last
I didn't mean to say it in the context that it happened. Let me go on the record and say that episode has not been demonetized yet.
So. A little bit more sense.
I'm not a racist unless you're an elf.
Yeah, he doesn't like elves.
Go back to where you fucking came from. But anyway, that's the new Punisher thing. It looks like a demon skull. I don't really like it. I think you should stick with the skull like a Grim Reaper. I would have understood if they added like a hood or something, like made it like an actual Grim Reaper.
You mean like
but they turned it into him fucking.
Jared over here.
No, I mean like do something with like maybe like make him like a Grim Reaper thing, but like you turned him into a demon, and I don't understand that decision.
Because you can't. No fucking person in their right mind is going to put that on a flag and wield it and go and storm a Capitol or try to create an insurrection. That just makes you look like a dumbass. Unless you believe in aliens. They could be an alien skull. Is Punisher going to outside space now?
No.
Is he going to fight aliens in outside space? How do you know? You don't know what the next series is.
I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Punisher in space. Gonna kill all the alien crime bosses.
God damn it! So I think it'll show up in Moon Knight. I think it'll be interesting. But She-Hulk.
Yep.
Fucking She-Hulk. What? I
probably would hurt.
They forgot. Like they did. They made Peter Parker. They took away people knowing Peter Parker's Spider-Man. Yep. So She-Hulk coming in now is like they would need a reason for Daredevil to have to be a lawyer. So I almost wonder if there's going to be another case that comes up that she has to get involved in. But then they also but it has to be an origin because there has to be a reason how she becomes She-Hulk.
Yeah.
Which in the comic, she gets the accident, and then she gets donated blood from Bruce that was on file that he didn't know about, and then she becomes She-Hulk, like a life or death kind of thing. But like he doesn't really have a choice. But Bruce hasn't done anything with family. But She-Hulk's coming, so I'm very curious what. I wonder if that's why he's not Hulk. Like, not only, you know, the snap thing.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder if it's also because he donates for her. So she, like...
I mean, you don't know that he's not the Hulk. He could show up as the Hulk again.
I did see a rumor that they want to do World War Hulk.
So he's going to be Hulk again.
Yeah, the Hulk that goes on a rampage, who gets tired of protecting Bruce Banner.
Don't blame
Because Bruce Banner's a weak man, as he puts it. I will always say my favorite part of the World War Hulk series that they did was when Doctor Strange shows up and gets inside of his mind to talk to Bruce, and then at first he thinks he's getting to Bruce, and then he goes to like grab him and take him out, and then Bruce is like, "But Bruce Banner was a weak, puny man. I'm not Bruce Banner," and then just crushes his fucking hands and whips him across the city, like.
So good.
Yeah, and then Strange has a realization, like, and then it's a whole thing of like, oh, like Hulk didn't take over, like Bruce gave up control because like he's tired of being weak as well. Like realizes he needed the Hulk. It's a problem, guys.
It's a symbiotic relationship. It's fine.
Yeah, so it sounded they're saying that's a route they want to go. So we'll see what happens.
I could see that happening.
It would be the opposite of what we got with Infinity War, when it was Hulk being like, no, protect the fucking self, bitch.
Yes, the issue is you need to build to that, which they're starting to. At the end of Eternals, when you had Shang-Chi and
we have Abomination there.
An Abomination, like you had, but you have Bruce with a broken arm, right? Which is because of the snap.
Yeah,
so you have him looking very weathered. So it is only a matter of time before he just maybe not gives up because he's tired of being weak, but just cannot be Bruce Banner anymore because he is just so physically tired from everything that the Infinity Gauntlet took from him.
That's fair.
So, which I would be okay with. That'd be kind of fun.
I would also like to point out, what the fuck were the 10 Rings calling to? That is still bugging me.
It's gonna be Fing Fang Foom, right?
Is it?
It's gonna be. Of course, it's gonna be.
I wonder if
it's gonna be just a giant shape-shifting dragon.
See if anybody's figured it out. Let's see if other people are smarter. Because I've been trying to figure it out, and I couldn't think.
Either that or it's going to be fucking... It's calling to the Celestials. And no one actually knows what a fucking Celestial is anymore, except for the Eternals, which are no longer on Earth. Except for Sprite, who is human. Fing Fang Foom. It's going to be the Marvels versus Fing Fang Foom, right? Jared's Googling right now.
Well, there's a theory, because apparently, looking it up, there hasn't really been any.
Right, because it was a post-credit scene and no one, that's the fucking
there hasn't really been much on it. But somebody did point out, make a good point, I just saw.
Yeah.
Kang.
Yeah.
Kang the Conqueror, because Loki changed the timeline.
No.
Loki, hang on. Loki changed the timeline, and Kang is a extremely advanced person who, much like Apocalypse does, likes to go back in time and just rule random points of time. And they were saying it is technically an advanced piece of tech, which is either Eternals. The only other candidate that they have in the MCU right now that we know of would be Kang, who can travel back in time. I don't know. 7?
I think it was more than 7.
8, 9, 10, 12?
Was there 10?
10?
Was there 10? I don't remember, to be honest.
I don't remember either.
There's 7 right
but no, there is a theory that it might be Kang tech and that it's calling out to him.
Oh, because
because all this is happening at a time when like
divergence
possibly when Ant-Man and the Wasp are taking place, because all of these are just after Endgame with no real specific anything.
I need to know when Quantumanium is going to be taking place.
That is the thing I want to bring up here. All of the timeline is confusing as fuck right now. Like, me and James were talking, if you've never watched a Marvel movie, right now is intimidating because everything is confusing as to when the fuck it's actually taking place. Because there's so many big things happening, but nothing's, like, conflicting with the other.
Nope.
Anyway.
Yeah, how many Eternals are there? Will you look that up?
Yeah, I'm looking that up. Cool. Sorry.
You're fine.
How many Eternals are there? 10.
Are there 10?
10.
Oh fuck!
There are 10.
Oh shit! That's too much of a coincidence, right? They each made their own fucking ring.
Shut up, Google.
They each made their own fucking ring, and that's where in Shang-Chi, it's one of those stories that we didn't get to see because they've been on Earth for so long.
Oh yeah, and you did bring up that the old man in the coffee shop was supposed to be the Stanley.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's definitely calling out to the Celestials because it's eternal power, right? It's the celestial. What the fuck do they call it? Their power, I can't remember. Cosmic. The
cosmic
power.
energy.
Yeah, the cosmic power. So that's that's what the rings are made out of. The rings are cosmic power calling to the Celestials, and no one knows about the Celestials except the Eternals, which is why they're like it's calling out to an unfucking known source.
Let's see if this is anything.
It's not.
I'm looking at a thing, Michael.
There's nothing
because we
about
were just
She-Hulk.
talking about it.
There's nothing about She-Hulk.
Your mom's nothing about She-Hulk.
That's fine.
So yeah, it comes out next year, so that'll be nice.
Yeah, considering it's almost next year.
Yeah. Oh, it's just the thing that they're giving her green contact eyes and a red and getting her wigs. Shit. So what do we know about She-Hulk? Does anyone really know what She-Hulk is about?
No one knows anything about She-Hulk.
You know what? I don't believe you, Michael. I just haven't looked it up because I was more interested in what they were going to do with Hawkeye after everything I'd seen before. And you know, Michael says he doesn't give a fuck about Falcon and Winter Soldier. I don't understand why.
Couldn't get into it.
We have the next Black Panther movie coming.
Yep.
And Zemo was sent to Wakanda, so God only knows he's going to be a part of that somehow. And considering it was rumored to be about kingdoms warring with Namor and Atlantis, like, sign me up with Zemo sitting in the prison and being like, hey, hey, I can help you. You just got to let me out of here. I know this tech. I used to sell this shit. Like, let me out of here. I can help you.
Sure.
I guarantee he's going to be in there somewhere.
Okay.
There's going to be something with Zemo. Because that's where he was. Because
Atlanteans and fucking Wakandians at battle.
Yeah. Yeah, it's Namor's kingdom coming after Wakanda.
Why?
Because there was talk that Doctor Doom would be in it as well as a leading influence rebuilding Latvia that had crumbled and rebuilding it as his own and being like,
okay, but why,
hey, help me take over my own land because this is being told to me I can't have it.
But why is Namor going to be there?
Because Namor in the comics early on was a villain.
Yeah, that's fine.
And that was one of the earliest stories was that he goes after Wakanda
Wakanda?
Because Wakanda's a independent nation.
So
if he takes it, he'll be able to have something on land as like a foothold to take over everything else.
What about like
and Wakanda's Wakanda's protected the way it is. So basically he wants their tech.
Poor ass fucking country right off Africa. Bunch of pirates.
Yeah, but if you take Wakanda, you get the Wakandan tech on top of the Atlantean
makes
tech.
More sense for Namor to attack pirates.
No.
Yo-ho.
No, you take Wakanda, you take the Wakandan
it's
tech,
a landlocked country,
and then you take the Atlantean tech on top of that, and you combine them, and you make weapons that are greater than everyone else. So then you can conquer every other thing.
So you're telling me that Atlantis doesn't have weapons that are better than everyone else already? I'm
saying it would be a combination of the two because I think that's the route that they're going to go. Is that Namor wants to take over, so he's going to go after.
That.
Well, I don't know. I just know that was the thing of that. It was going to be like the comics. He first attacked Black Panther for his kingdom, and like
kind of dumb.
It's a thing
that a fish wants a landlocked country.
Yeah, well, it's no more dumb than Mrs. Fantastic fucked both Black Panther and Namor.
I mean, that just sounds like a
good it made a love triangle at one point.
Fucking Eiffel Tower, fucking.
Which caused them to fight again because they wanted her both.
Would it be weird if she went invisible while you're fucking her and you can see it inside of her? Like, is it gay then if you see the other dude's dick inside of a woman? Is that like fully inside, like penetration?
Man, that would be a great porn category for people.
It wouldn't be because it just have two dudes with no woman in the middle and they're just humping the air, trying to stay hard and get into a cylindrical tube. I guess you could CG it pretty well, but then it just kind of takes you out of the whole situation, huh?
No, it'd be ghost fucking. That's what you'd sell it as.
Oh my god, that sounds fucking terrible.
I don't even remember what I was going to do. Now you got me all fucked up.
We're talking about Namor attacking Wakanda.
She-Hulk.
Yep.
I'm gonna just look up something.
Yeah, you looked it up, right?
Television series. Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. I'm trying to see if there's anything that we fully know about it.
Marvel's not going to leak anything on that television show.
You never know.
No. Nothing was really leaked. Like, everyone knew enough.
Well, it also brings up all the other shows. So we have She-Hulk.
Yep.
Just says 2022.
Yep.
Moon Knight.
Yep.
Miss Marvel.
Yep. Miss Marvel's going to be a show?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
They're all next year. So those three are next year.
What comes after that?
You know what? I just saw a thing the other night that apparently there's like 21 unannounced projects.
Fucking really?
Yeah.
All right. Man, we're going to miss.
Michael's gotta pee. We're taking the bathroom break time. Michael's gotta pee. Everybody go take your pee. Go and take your peas. Everybody mumbo. Everybody mumbo. I'm looking up stuff. Michael's really, really gotta pee. I hold mistletoe. That can't be it.
Okay. Piece of shit. Sorry about that.
Michael just had to pee, everybody.
Take a tinkle.
Yeah, take a tinkle.
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 I mean, I guess Wakanda Forever doesn't make sense if they're going to go to a battle against the fucking fish people.
Fish people.
Okay, that's better.
I just want to know all the movies that are coming. I don't know.
Phase 4 released cast date. Guardians of the Galaxy. Okay, what we got? Thor: Love and Thunder. Doctor Strange and the Wakanda Manium. Pink Panther. Wow, Black Panther 2.
Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, Fantastic Four.
You know what would be cool if Fantastic Four was a TV show? Yeah, the Marvels we already know about. Brie Larson posted something about that.
Blade, Galaxy 3, Miss Marvel, Moon Knight, She-Hulk. Oh, there's more.
Morbius.
Oh,
Miss Marvel. Marvel. Oh,
so Miss Marvel,
Captain Marvel 2, of course.
Yeah, so here's my other problem, folks.
Yep.
I think Miss Marvel is going to be terrible.
Why?
I only feel that way because it feels like it's going to be another Kate Bishop thing.
Oh, yeah, no. Yep.
Where it's very much just going to be like, all right,
You're
she's
not
here because she's in The Marvels, which comes out after it with Captain Marvel. So it's very in Captain Marvel too. So it's very much just like here's Kamala Khan. She's Miss Marvel. All right, here you go. Here's an origin real quick. So I don't really agree with that. Anyway, there's Into the Multiverse of Madness. Oh yeah, that's right. There's also the Agatha Harkness spinoff coming from WandaVision.
Yep.
WandaVision also connected to Loki, Spider-Man: No Way Home, Multiverse, and Multiverse of Madness. Blah blah. There's Thor: Love and Thunder, She-Hulk.
You already said She-Hulk.
Yeah, I know. I'm just looking over the thing because they have them all in a weird time. Was there a trailer for Moon Knight?
No, it looks like a still.
There was a still for Moon Knight?
That's what I'm looking at right now, it looks like.
Anyway, so Oscar Isaac is Moon Knight. And you know what? I like what I'm seeing so far. I like the still I'm seeing because that would be
It's
his white
Oscar
suit.
all white.
Well, it's his suit. Just curious. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know, Moon Knight comes out. Series coming out next year. This gives you the brief synopsis, and it's fine enough. Oscar Isaac playing Mark Spector, a disturbed fortune hunter who also happens to be the avenging avatar of the Egyptian moon god. And the series just wrapped, heading our way to 2022. That is correct. Ethan Hawke stars alongside Isaac. Oh, Ethan Hawke's in it? Oh, shit. And the series being directed by Mohab Diab, the endless duo of Justin Benson and blah, blah, blah. I didn't know Ethan Hawke was in it.
Neither did I.
Is he playing the villain?
I would assume so.
Interesting. Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. That one at least has a fucking date. That one's October next year.
Sure, until it gets postponed.
Yeah, that's fair. Wakanda Forever.
That has a date too.
November 11th of next year.
Maybe the Christmas release.
No other details available. I feel like that's wrong. Guardians of the Galaxy Holiday Special, December of next year. I remember them saying something about that. Captain Marvel 2, The Marvels, which is February 17th of 2023. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 in 2023, May. Quantumanium, July 28th, 2023.
6 more months before we get to see anything else.
And then there's Fantastic Four and Blade, which are in production.
Captain America 4.
Captain America 4 with Falcon.
Okay.
As Captain America was confirmed. No data director on this one yet. 2023 seems to be a bit long shot. They're saying 2024 at the earliest. Deadpool 3 is also in writing. No release date just yet, but people are suspecting that it'll also be a 2024 since they have so much already planned out. They're also planning a Logan season 2. James brought this up. We're not getting Iron Lad. It looks like they're doing Iron Heart.
Okay.
Which would be a college student who makes an Iron Man suit because she's bored and it's like a science thing. And then Tony's like, hey, no one else can really do what you did to that extent. Like, I'm getting too old to be Iron Man. You handled yourself well. Why don't you take the Iron Man mantle?
Except Iron Man's dead.
Yeah, Iron Man's dead now, so this one's going to be interesting. Because in the comic, I think that's when he transferred his mind into the computer and became like a program himself.
God, he could still have done that.
He kind of did. They started to get into that, but yeah. So there'll be Ironheart that comes out, Armor Wars, which we talked about.
Yep. Secret Wars, which is coming out.
Secret Invasion coming. Which this was something I brought up with No Way Home of like the whole Nick Fury's been off world for a year, but it's like I feel like to the extent Peter was in the like Nick Fury should have been there. I feel like that's what that one was missing because we just saw him in No Way Home. So why wasn't he there at all?
Far From Home.
Or sorry, Far From Home. Why did we not see the Skrull Fury at all with No Way Home?
Because
it's almost as if they have their own agenda and we're not.
Probably.
But yeah, Secret Invasion's coming where the Skrulls slowly have been taking over places for heroes, and then it gets revealed and yada yada.
Just Black Panther 2.
No, there's a Wakanda TV series in development.
Okay.
So apparently there might be others. There's X-Men 97 continuation of the 90s series.
Another season of What If.
Season 2 What If, which we all knew was going to happen. Oh, there is an Echo series. Michael was correct.
Echo.
Is indeed. People are suspecting Daredevil will appear there. Spider-Man Freshman Year, another MCU animated series.
Okay.
So they have another animated series coming to Disney Plus.
It's fine.
Then the Agatha House of Harkness, which I'm very curious what that's going to be after the ending of WandaVision. Marvel Zombies is getting its own thing now. It was so popular on the What If.
That's about it.
That's all that they have named, announced
in progress.
With a name anyway, because there was the announcement the other day. There's like 25 other things they have in development, and they just haven't said what it is.
Yeah.
What's the date today, by the way?
27th.
In 2 days, Boba Fett.
Book of Boba Fett drops.
Is it going to be the first episode, or are they going to do a 2-episode thing
Probably
again?
one
Because it's the
episode.
new year.
One episode. They're not going to give you
Okay.
more than you could handle.
I don't know.
It's not like Netflix where they just drop an entire series for you.
So, Michael, have you watched Witcher season 1 and 2?
That's going to be my segue.
All right.
I've watched season 1 a handful of times, and season 2 I've just finished my second watch through, and it's so good.
See,
so good.
I'm weird with The Witcher because I didn't fully get into them until Witcher 3.
So good.
Like, I'm that kind of noob.
So good. I didn't get into The Witcher until the TV series.
That's
So
fair.
good.
So game-wise, like, I played a little bit of 2, but I didn't fully get into it till 3.
Yep.
And I love 3. I'm on my second or third playthrough on 3.
Yep.
It takes forever. But anyway,
All the side quests.
oh gosh, it's so much fun though. Yeah, so where the series left off at is where
Right where
Witcher
it fucking picks
where
up.
the third game picks up from in story-wise, and
Okay.
it's more interesting because like I was waiting for that reveal. Like when the series started and they did the whole like the Black Kingdom like coming and like the Nilfgaardian King is gonna murder everybody, blah blah. I thought because the games didn't fully follow the book, they kind of did their own thing with it. I
Yeah.
thought maybe that part was wrong, but then the big reveal of like
Nilfgaard.
Nilfgaard's king is her.
Spoilers for Witcher season 2. If you have not already binged it, fuck it, Jared. Come on now.
This is a spoiler
Jesus.
episode, man. If you haven't tuned off yet,
Fucking-
you should just be expecting him now.
Just go ahead.
You
Who is
pieces
the,
of garbage.
Who is the Nilfgaard?
Nilfgaardian king.
Usurper.
Usurper.
Who overthrew the Emperor, who is the new king of Nilfgaard, is...
Sirius' father.
Yes, it's Ciri's father.
Yeah, and that's where The Witcher 3
Princess
picks up from.
Cirilla's father, which...
Which the games do
I
it that Geralt's
was coming.
looking for her and gets hired by him.
Yeah,
But this
I-
one is taking more of the book route, I
Which is
guess. So,
fine.
and well, actually, no, they could still go. Maybe the books did do that. They might still do something. They seem to follow some things from the game and the books, so they seem to be having like a mix
you
with
mean
it.
like the game was based on a book series?
Yeah, but the people are always quick to point out that if you've only played the games, there's a lot that they changed,
Yeah,
and the series is following more of how the books did it
like they should.
than what the games did.
As they should. with
As they should.
the source material.
But yeah, no, I think that's where the next season 3 will go. Is
To Nilfgaard.
it's going to go to Nilfgaard
They have a
and eventually go to
7-season plan.
Skellige.
They have 7 seasons, right? Netflix
Yeah.
wants to see it 7 seasons.
Really?
7
I didn't know they
seasons.
wanted
And
7.
Henry Cavill has been like, "Oh, I'm fucking down for all 7. You fucking signed. Like, you bring me back, I will do The Witcher."
I brought this up to Mike. I don't need Henry Cavill as Superman.
Nope, fine without him. He's a good
Don't
Superman.
need it.
Don't need him.
Really need him as I need him as
really
Geralt
need
the
Geralt.
Witcher.
I need
need
him as
it.
Geralt.
I need it.
more Geralt in my life.
He's so fucking
He's
good.
So fucking good.
He's just damn good at it, man. Like,
And this season, he's just so good.
so did you know anything about this going into it?
Season 2?
Yeah. Did you know anything about any of the characters?
As far as I watched the animated series,
Oh, that's fair.
Season of a Wolf or whatever it is. So
Nightmare
I
of the Wolf?
knew, yeah, what?
Nightmare of the Wolf.
So I knew Vesemir and I knew their stronghold, which the name escapes me right now.
Yeah.
But I knew that I assumed that there were going to be more Witchers because they're still out there. He talks about it, but like, what's their house called?
Karamorn.
Thank you. But that's about as far as I figured Ciri would train with him to become a Witcher, but I did not expect.
So you didn't know the twist about her was
father.
coming.
No. I knew she was something else. I wasn't expecting a fucking Baba Yaga.
Oh, yeah?
I was not expecting the Baba Yaga, and when the fucking hut stood up and was on fucking chicken legs, I'm like, oh, it's a Baba Yaga! And then from there, I was hooked the entire time. So,
So
No.
you didn't know anything about her connection to the other side, other realm.
I figured she had elder blood, but I did not know anything about the Wild Hunt.
That's really fun to drop on people on season
So
2 of just
good.
be like, Wild Hunt, bam! Y'all knew that we were gonna do something with them. Here they are. We'll
So
do something with them later.
So great, like that they just it's a throwaway thing.
Mhm.
So in season 1, when she screams and she cracks the pillar and it falls and almost kills one of my favorite characters. I can't fucking remember his name. I just looked it up. But the knight for Nilfgaardian
Okay.
Knight.
Yeah, I figured.
He's
Okay.
so good in this season too. I knew she had some sort of attachment to an otherworldly or one of the other spheres, as they call it, and the entire whenever you have a flashback, you have her mother and her father, her mother and her grandmother. Her mother's never exposes her ears, and neither does Calanthe, which made me think they were hiding something, and the reason Ciri doesn't have to is because she doesn't have the pointed elf ears, because which, can we just talk about the bookshop where he goes to get information? Perfectly
Oh
done.
my God.
So fucking, but like I figured she was some sort of alternate weapon to either destroy or like connect all the spheres. So
Yeah, she will make
feeling.
another conjunction.
When in the first season, when they do the wedding where he gets the child of surprise or whatever, and like the entire time you never see the mother's ears, I'm like, they are hiding a lineage there. And you never really see Calanthe's ears either, because she's always had a hood or covered or a helmet or something like that. Like, so I'm like, they're hiding a lineage that no one wants to know, and that's why she hates it so much, is because as it states throughout the season, you hate what you are. You really do. So, and it's just so good.
I know basically Ciri will make another conjunction with the spheres.
Yes.
The Wild Hunt will come back and plague the land.
Yes.
Yada yada.
Yes.
Bringing another, like, basically making another Dark Age,
Yes.
another 1,000 years of darkness kind of thing, of like the Wild Hunt reigning and monsters.
So good. Let's take this kind of episode.
Where they're headed with 7 seasons. I'm okay with this. This is a fun ride.
This is one of the very few. I have very few comfort shows. One of them has been Venture Bros since you got me back into it. It's just it's good background noise. We'll talk about Letterkenny in a second. I don't know if you watched season 10 yet.
Is it out?
Yeah.
Oh, I have not. I didn't know it was out.
I will get into it later.
Oh.
This is one of those ones that I can put on. And I knew I was going to love this season just from the production values on the first fucking episode with Niblin. Oh, God, it was so fucking good.
Can we also just mention, real quick with this season, the heartbreak that comes in that finale
with
when the portal opens and these mutated versions of Basilisk come through from a different realm, and all the Witchers that get murdered, and and Vesemir just like,
not all of them, there's like 7 left.
Well, Vesemir just watching all these people that that he's raised into being Witchers get just murdered so easily. That's the thing. Like, they don't even just get like bit poison turned to stone or any kind of shit. Like, no, they rip their faces in half. Like,
so good. And
like, and no coming back from this.
When
like, they're
Vesemir
dead.
draws his sword and almost kills Ciri, and we don't kill out of hate, or we kill to save lives.
Which is something which calls back to that Nightmare of the Wolf that they showed everybody before this season came out.
Which was
of like when they killed for emotion, it turned terrible for everybody.
Which is just, it was such a good fucking season. The whole Witchers disliking Ciri at first, I totally get, and I was like,
they all had that sense,
which is great. And then when when she does the run, and like all of them are there finally encouraging her on, I'm like, I knew that was going to happen, but it was just so good to see her have like a home to call her own, where she was more accepted, even though they all fucking knew, because they all have that fucking sense.
People didn't like Yennefer with this season, though.
Me either. I get it.
Because they took away her power.
Well, they
just made her run the entire season, and I saw a lot of people being like, she doesn't really have anything good with her. Like, she doesn't do anything.
Okay.
She's just a damsel in distress the whole season. She has a couple good scenes, but like anything that made her an interesting character in the first season, they seem to shy away from this time.
And I think that it's going
it ruined her.
I both agree and disagree. Yennefer was not as big of a part as I would have liked her to be, because
just a little bit.
But this season 2 is where you focus. Like, season 1, remember, you have to do season 1 hard in order to get season 2 and thereon.
That's fair.
Season 2, this was not about a Yennefer and Geralt, right? Season 1 was about Yennefer and Geralt.
This whole season, like,
It's about Ciri.
it literally, like, I
About
hate to put it
Ciri.
this way, but it feels like kind of like the games were like,
It's about
because
Geralt and Ciri.
there was a bit where Yennefer was supposedly dead, so he like met the other Triss Marigold and all these other like sorceresses
Yes.
that he ends up having things with because Yennefer was gone.
They tried to with Triss, and it's a God bless Henry Cavill as being the gentleman he is.
Yeah,
as
for
Geralt,
real.
But like Triss tries to like, and like she explains like, you were what I wanted. Like I was in need, and you were what I wanted. Thank you for like, it's cool. Let's go help Ciri and all that shit. And no, going back to Yennefer, I agree. This was not, but the actress, while they took everything away from her, the scenes where she was in, I 100% bought the whole, because like we see her with Tisea first being taken by the elves, like, and so they're like, she doesn't have powers, and you kind of get the sense that she doesn't have powers because she burned through everything, basically, no pun intended. But she gets her powers back eventually. But like her not having powers and trying to see her how to adapt and being frustrated at the power and then turning away the temptation of the mother, I really enjoyed. And as soon as Yasker comes fucking back hard as the sandpiper in the bar and like that scene, I'm like, no, this is a humanized version of what Yennefer is. It is fantastic. It is well done. The actress playing her is amazing at doing what she does. When she gets power back, that's where people started being like, oh yeah, it's the. I'm like, yes, but that's not what this season was about. This season was about her.
It's true.
Her losing the chaos, getting offered a better version of that chaos, saying no for the longest time until she's at a death moment where she has to take it, then refusing to use it basically until she sacrifices herself and she gets her actual chaos back. Then next season's going to be about her learning probably about the fucking fire that she can use.
That's fair.
Which I understand why people are upset about it. But again, this was not a Yennefer season.
Yeah, no, it wasn't. This was very much a
Yennefer
series.
was in season 1 to kill off Nilfgaard basically at the end to allow Geralt and Ciri to escape, to go back to Vesemir and his keep, to do season 2. Season 2 is not about Yennefer. So she was there because you need her for plot devices and things. And at the end to teach Ciri, going into the next fucking season when they're a full family as a warrior and a sorceress to teach Ciri to control her chaos. So season 3 will probably focus more heavily on Ciri and Yennefer, and Geralt will be more of a side character. And then going forward, it's just going to be like that. So give it time. Fuck off, Jesus.
Like, I get where Mike's coming from. We'll let Mike have his rant. I get where he's coming from.
I get
that's just the complaint I've been seeing.
It's a valid,
all over the place
it's a valid
people,
criticism.
But
and complaint.
I get what they're doing. They're just trying to build out for more things they want to do. There's a lot because having 7 seasons, like there's a lot to play with there. There's a lot.
Yeah,
there's a lot to play
Netflix
with.
wants 7. Henry wants 7. Like
they're gonna.
Everyone's gonna sign on for 7 because like it is like as soon as it dropped, it immediately hit like 1 million hours streamed. Like people just binge the entire fucking thing. I have 24 hours of that binge of that number.
I watched Antlers. I want to bring this up quick.
Yep.
Watched Antlers, which is a horror movie I was waiting for over like a year. It was supposed to come out, then COVID happened, and it kept getting delayed. Guillermo del Toro, and it was great. It was great. It was a Wendigo movie. If you know what a Wendigo is, the whole cannibalism, Native American spirit. It was great. It was a great fucking movie. If you haven't seen it, I would highly suggest go find yourself Antlers and watch it. It was great. I almost rented Resident Evil because that's on home, but it's $20 to rent it at home, and I'm like,
go see the movie theater for $5.
it's not playing in the one down here. No, I don't
last
think.
week.
Was it?
Yeah.
I didn't know Resident Evil was down there.
You just gotta get your fucking ass up before fucking 2:00 in the afternoon to go see a movie.
Just
Yeah,
get off my case, all right? Get off my balls.
lazy piece of shit.
Well, I couldn't do it. I couldn't have done it today.
Something else I was gonna talk about. I can't remember
Oh,
which
no.
it was that. Don't remember, but no, that's all. Witcher season 2 is great. Go back and
Go back and watch it.
absolutely. The ending to the season 2,
I feel like there's something we're missing.
probably
Anyway,
the weakest, but still great episodes. Fucking
Very
monsters
true.
kick ass. Lots of sword fights. Love a good sword fight.
God, it's such a good like fantasy.
It really like they're doing a
Series,
lot
like,
of
there's
world
so much
building
they
for
do with
only
it.
having like 14 fucking episodes.
Mm.
And the prostitutes.
There's a Harry Potter thing coming to
20th
fucking
anniversary.
HBO.
Yeah. Where the 3 main actors are going to get together and reminisce stories. And
Do you remember that time you were on set and the old pooped on you? I don't remember, Harry. Oh, it was so funny. That's
Well,
what it looks like to me.
they
It's just
won-
them reminiscing about like, hey, do you remember that time that thing happened on set?
So
And we
apparently
laughed
Harry
about it.
Potter
Ha
was
ha ha!
not
We grew up
influential
on
in
this
Jared's
show.
childhood at all, and he's being a little bit of a curmudgeon about it.
No, I grew up with Harry Potter. I read all the books. I watched the movies. I get it to a degree, but it also is just one of
You
those
do
things
realize
where
that
it's just an interview thing, and it's not something
No,
that
it's-
personally interests me because it's just it's them reminiscing and then like going flashback of like. I assume it's probably going to be like movie clips, and they're going to have like the actors come in. Everybody's going to talk and reminisce about how they did something, yada yada. It's interesting to a degree, but just not to like the extent that I've seen it blown up fucking everywhere. To me,
For very hugely influential parts of some people's childhood.
I know it
I'm
was.
not gonna
I know
watch
it
either.
was.
It's not something that I want to watch either. I'm not saying I'm going to watch it. I'm just saying you're
No,
getting-
it just
you're
it doesn't
probably
it doesn't
getting
interest
shit,
me enough.
but you would like.
I
fucking-
get why some people would.
Like
be.
if it was like a Comic-Con panel of 3 of your favorite comic book.
I don't even
characters.
watch that. I watch like the clips out of that stuff. Like
Exactly. It's the same fucking thing. No shitting on it. It's pot calling kettle black. Fucking moon cricket.
I'm half black.
Exactly.
Jokeypants.
It's fine. Everything's fine.
And
Yeah.
Billy Joe Friday.
Billy Joe Friday. I don't think there's.
Where the fuck did you even come up with that?
It was a name.
Why was
at
that a name you
work.
came up with?
It was a name. It was some dude was actually named that. That was his
That's
fucking,
fucking
name.
terrible.
It was a name on his like deed. It was Billy Joe Friday. That was his fucking name. First, middle, last. Billy Joe Friday.
My favorite name in an office ever was my cubicle mates that we had whenever they did a game or whatever. You have to come up with a team name,
Right.
Or like you come out, or we break into teams, whatever. Banana Boat Crew.
Banana Boat Crew.
Higgins wrote it up on the board and everything, and then he's like, "Wait a minute." And we're like, "Yeah, no, Banana Boat Crew. We're the Banana Boat Crew."
Yep.
And then he just sat there for a minute looking at it and
Yep.
like, "Yeah, man, we love our BBC."
BBC. Love that BBC. The news network, of course.
Yeah,
The British Broadcasting Channel.
British Broadcasting. Yep.
Not big cocks. Big African American cocks. Big. You could kill a man with one. Like a helicopter. And whack, whack.
Oh, you have to call animal control.
Yes.
You have to
python
call
in the
put
bed.
it down.
Oh no.
Oh, they got to come put it down for you. Anyway, before we get shut down.
Beat off me to a whole nother meeting.
Oh
now.
God.
It's fine.
Speaking of which, Mike, do you have a woman in your life yet?
Nope.
Ladies, hit up.
Single forever. Working on myself to discover who I really am. I'm too overworked,
spiritual man.
underfucked, and just like in generally a busy
We'll
man.
get this show on the road eventually if you guys
I
go
will
to
sleep with
patreon.com/podcast.
all of you guys.
And Michael will just be
I will
at the
lay
bars.
more pipe than a plumber. I'm clean. I'll get tested when we're on the road.
I feel like I see
I
a
last for a
problem in the
long
future.
time. I can go multiple rounds. So, like, just line them up.
Line them up, ladies. You heard the man. He's
No.
gonna rate you on a scale of 1 to 10, and
No.
a 10 goes in.
It's when I get a place.
Just
of
kidding,
my
only
own,
twos.
I will like start the dating scene. I have no desire to want to date any of you. As we've talked about on this show before,
That's fair.
I
That's
am
fair.
extremely shallow, and until I get a body that I am happy with, which won't ever happen, I will not be comfortable enough to re-enter the dating scene. Every so often, I do download Tinder or Bumble when I'm feeling really sad about myself.
Get him on Bumble.
And so I just kind of scroll, but I never get any matches, so it's fine.
You just don't know, Michael.
You don't want to know me either. I'm pretty fucking neurotic.
She's got blue eyes.
They're hazel.
They're hazel eyes.
We're gonna do a dating show. Is that what we're gonna do? Oh my god.
He lives doing 5Ks, staying healthy.
How was your Christmas, Jared?
Pretty good.
Yeah, was it?
Yeah.
Was you dog sitting? You dog sit all day? I was gonna say you said
I didn't
dog
dog
sitting
sit all day.
but like you were like
No.
Later things
There was a change in plans.
Okay.
I was gonna dog sit all day.
right, 'cause that's why like I was gonna invite you to breakfast, but you said you had a dog sit all day. I was like, well,
Yeah, no, that
can't
turned
do that if
into,
you're gonna have a dog in the
no,
apartment.
it turned into more like dinner to all night. There was
Okay.
a late thing she had to go do. So I
Yeah.
puppy sat all day. No, that was this morning.
I figured as much. That's why
Um,
you weren't up and around, and you're kind of walking with a little bit of limp. You rode you too hard. He showered for me, everyone. When I got here, he was in the shower.
I had to make sure I
Smelled
showered.
of sweat and sex and bad decisions.
She bought me sheets for my bed.
I bet she did.
Man, let me tell you, nothing gets a woman hornier.
Then clean sheets on a freshly made bed. He knows all the big
She
names.
loved it, man. So
Yeah,
she-
they weren't all stained with
that was-
cum. Dude. I mean, they are now, but he'll watch.
Oh,
them
they're
eventually.
christened now. They're a
Oh.
holy place to sleep.
Oh God. No. I was gonna say.
Fun
I was
times.
like, so I was talking to a bunch of people, and like, because
On Bumble or Tinder?
no,
Oh.
I don't talk to
What are we talking
anyone.
about?
I don't talk to anyone. New Year's Eve, right?
Oh, okay.
And it was like, "What are you doing on New Year's Eve?" I'm like, "I'm working." They're
Yeah,
like,
pretty
but,
sure I'm
but
working.
the insurance company, I think we said it, Farmers where I work, like I get off at 3:30. I was like, "Yes, but I have a second job and it's a weekend, so I will be working." I don't know. You guys aren't open till midnight. I hope to God.
I have no idea what's going on New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. I think I work New Year's Eve,
Probably, it's
but I don't work New Year's Day. I don't think I might work both. I have no idea. Yet.
I think New Year's Day is a Monday, isn't it? No,
If it's a Monday, then I have it off. But if it's not a Monday,
I think that's what it is. I think. Fuck, I duck.
Fuck.
That's what I was gonna bring up. That reminded me. Sorry. Letterkenny season 10 dropped. New Year's Day is on a New Year's Eve is a Friday. New Year's Day is a Saturday.
I'll probably
Letterkenny
work
season
then.
10 dropped, right? So 1 through 8 are pretty good collectively as a whole. There's a couple episodes that I skip through that I just can't stand. Like, I don't really like the Valentine's Day episode. The St. Patty's Day episode is fun. The Halloween one's kind of fun. Christmas one is kind of fun. But there's a few episodes that I skipped throughout because I just don't like them. Season 9 was during COVID.
See, that's where I've kind of found myself with Sunny right now. It's like
Yeah.
they're trying to cover over everything they couldn't do from last year.
Yeah. So season 9 was like, it's okay. There's some funny parts. Season 10, knocked out of the water.
Really?
Just fucking right
Okay.
back to it. It's so fucking good. So
Sunny
fucking
has
good.
turned away from me now. The the first half was very much like trying to catch up from the pandemic and the
Yes.
election, all that shit.
Yes.
But now they've finally gone to Ireland and they're having a lot of fun with the different
That's
things
funny.
there.
That's funny.
Dude, they made Mac think he wasn't Irish.
That's fucking hilarious.
Like he calls his mom and she just you're Polish.
oh my God.
He's like, what? No, like I'm in Ireland. I'm looking for the family. I have a shamrock tattoo, Mom. I'm Irish. You're Polish.
Oh my God.
It's like you're Polish or Dutch or whatever. And then it's Dutch.
Mhm.
And then at the last episode they put out, they get fed up with him trying to make that a part of who he is. He's like, first off, I'm Dutch. Second off, I'm gay. Like these are part of who I am. And they're like, oh my God, we paid your mom to tell you you're Dutch. You're actually Irish. Like, dude, she hates you so much. Like we offered her like $30. She was gonna do it for free.
No, so that's great. So Letterkenny, if you've never watched it, there's because I told you there's gonna be a spinoff of Shoresy, right?
Yeah.
So if you've because I went back through and I've watched.
Is Shoresy going somewhere?
Hang on,
Oh
Hang on.
boy.
I watched the entire series again
Mhm.
for the last couple, just leading up to it. Do you know, for good reason, that Wayne in Shoresy never interact through that entire series. Never once. Because
Yeah.
they're the same
Yeah,
person.
the same person.
Jerry
Yeah,
Kessler
yeah.
Kessler plays him both, right?
Yeah.
Season 10. They meet each other finally. But it's not like Shorzy is on the ice like practicing, and Wayne gets to drive the Zamboni for Tanis. And so just watching them practice until like the final episode, they fucking meet, shake hands. You just from Shorzy's back, Wayne's front, and then he's going to like Center City or whatever to like for AAA whale shit or whatever. And like you finally see like half of his face, and it's totally fucking Jerry, but it's like shaven, clean, and everything. It is so fucking good. I was like, "There's no way that they never never once." Just
I'd
Shorzy
seen
and Wade
something about that they've never
fucking-
actually met.
never fucking interacted ever. It's
I
fucking
did not know that.
amazing.
Wow.
It is fucking great. And they finally did it in season 10. I'm like, I was like really going back to it. I'm like, nope. Hockey rink, bar, but Wayne's not there because hockey players and the two gay guys are there. Nope. Skids, nope. Hockey, nope. Yeah, no, they never once interacted because they're played by the same fucking person. But God, was it fucking good.
I did not know that. I did not know that.
Such a good fucking season.
That brings up, you know what? I'm gonna reference this into we put out the Jokeypants episode.
Yes.
Of I made Michael spend and Anthony.
And Sven, yeah.
I made everybody watch the
Fucking
episodes.
Trailer Park Boys, holy shit.
The movie that they made Swearing At. It's them playing themselves in the movie about the company Swearing At, which then they explain is the company that buys the rights for Trailer Park Boys to be aired.
That's fucking funny.
The ending to that movie is them meeting the Trailer Park Boys themselves, signing the contract, and it is the worst fucking negotiation. Where like they're like, yeah, Bubbles gets fucking Bald Kitty tequila. He'll be the sponsor, gets it whenever. Like Ricky gets smokes, and Julian, you get to like get all this money, whatever. And like Ricky goes to take the paper, and they're trying to like argue about the paper payment, whatever. And Ricky like downsells the amount of money they were gonna make.
Yeah.
So when they leave, the dudes are sitting there and they're just like, God, these guys are fucking stupid. Like they took like 10 grand. We were gonna offer them like so much more for a contract. That was like way too easy. And then it cuts out to Ricky out there being like, those guys are so fucking dumb. They just paid us so much money for something I would have done for free.
Oh, it's fucking great. That's so fucking good. So good.
Anyway, folks. There's spoilers all over this episode.
Yeah.
So I hope you've enjoyed that.
Weird spot to start an hour and 52 into it, but if you are, like, go back.
Go back and listen to
spoilers for
so I'm gonna
Letterkenny, No Way Home, Hawkeye, Witcher,
where the MCU might be going.
Our thoughts on Amazing Spider-Man. Like, it's just a spoiler-filled episode.
So I wanna end out the episode on something special.
Yeah.
Because we won't record again before the new year.
Probably not. No.
No, because the new year will be over the weekend.
Yes, it will be.
So with that, first off, Mike, when's the first time you got drunk? Because New Year's is normally the time where everybody gets fuck-faced.
I got drunk my sophomore year in high school.
Oh, shit.
In the middle of, I think it was in October.
Ooh.
I went over to a friend's house.
Makes sense.
We camped. We set up a tent and just drank all fucking night long. We buried 3 M80s and created a crater in his father's garden. It was a lot of fun.
Wow.
Yeah, don't mix fireworks and alcohol, kids. It's not good.
No, it's never ends well.
We had his dad was some sort of demolition enthusiast. I don't know how the fuck, but he had extra fuse, and so we just made a super fucking long fuse for the M80. We buried that thing like 4 fucking feet underground. Holy shit! The dirt flew fucking everywhere. It was amazing.
I think the first time I actually got drunk, my first experience of being drunk was at a party at our friend in high school, Brad's house.
Yeah.
We were all doing screwdrivers.
Oh,
like that's all we had. All we had was vodka and orange juice, and it was just terrible. It was awful. It was an awful experience. I hate
Jack
vodka
Daniels
so
and
much.
Southern Comfort, and I have yet to be able to drink Southern Comfort again. Yep, fucking pain.
My first time ever getting blackout drunk though, like fucked up, was my father.
My father. Yeah.
he took me to a party at senior year. I think it was either senior year or the year after senior year. There he had a bunch of buddies that lived down on the lake, and every year at the end of summer they threw a big party. And he was making me the drinks they were making, which was the cunt punter.
A little heavy-handed, were they?
Oh, they called them the cunt punter and something else. And they were so fucking, oh my God. They were so just doused in different kinds of alcohol. I've never been that blackout drunk
I've told
again.
you when I was blackout drunk in college.
I like slept in the back of his old Jeep that he had at the time, and like I puked out the back. I had to open the hatch and barely made my puke out the door.
So
it was bad.
Blackout drunk. I've only ever done once, and I've never been able to get there again because it takes a lot. I'm a big guy.
Yeah.
It's all or nothing for me.
Blackout takes me a while.
I typically don't have a buzz. I know when I'm getting buzzed, it's not a buzz feeling I get. I just don't shut the fuck up. I'm very talkative, which is fucking me normally.
Yeah,
so it's hard to
that's fair.
tell.
Well, that's fair.
In college, it was 2 weekends in a row. It was we were putting on a show of Rocky Horror right at the college, and we went drinking at the bar after rehearsal. And they're closing down the bar, and we're like, well, we don't want to be done drinking, so we headed to the theater across the street that the college owned, and where the production was going on. We continued.
I didn't want to keep drinking at a little place across the street.
It was $1 taco, $1 beer night. So I'm
a taco and a beer for $1.
I'm 6 Bud Lights in, and
okay,
and so I got a good buzz going, or I'm feeling pretty good, and we're still drinking, hanging out, and all of a sudden, have you ever played sardines? You know what sardines is?
No, I've never played
sardines. Is like reverse hide and go seek. One person hides. If you find that person, you hide with them. Last person that is not able to find the person is the next person that gets to hide, right?
Okay.
It's fun. It's fun drunk in a giant theater where you can hide in a lot of places. You know what's even more fun? When you're half fucking naked. So guys are running around in boxers and briefs, and chicks are running around in like panties and bras. This is a great fucking time. Oh, it's the best fucking time. I'm freshly single at this time in my life.
Oh, yeah.
And so they're like, cool. So we're doing that. We played that till like 2 o'clock in the morning. It was just like a lot of naked bodies rubbing up on each other.
Oh,
it wasn't, we were clothed, but you
no, there's a thing. Yeah.
And so like everything's fine. The next weekend, we're like, oh, let's fucking do that again. That was a riot. I'm 13 Bud Lights in at this point in time. We'll walk over, and then I down like a half a bottle of something and half a bottle of something else. I put my shoes and my keys and my glasses in a spot where I know I can find them in the morning because I know what's about to happen, right?
Yep.
I got blackout fucking drunk. I apologized to Courtney. Courtney, if you ever find this, you know who you are. I've apologized to you profusely many other times, but wonderful woman she is.
Wonderful woman.
I threw up on her.
Don't know her, but threw up on her.
I threw up on her, and I tossed water in her face when she tried to get me to drink water to hydrate. I don't remember anything else. I have bits and moments of me hitting my heads on a lot of things. And then when I woke up, at 7 or like 8 o'clock the next morning. And me and my good friend Jeremy.
Oh, look, another Jeremy.
But my Jeremy.
Yeah, different Jeremy.
Big African American.
Different Jeremy, completely opposite Jeremy.
Big African American man.
Me and Anthony's Jeremy is very straight.
Yes.
Very skinny and white.
Yes.
Your Jeremy's the complete opposite.
And the man is such a sweetheart. He's amazing. Sometimes when I tell the story, I woke up next to him just for it's fun. But like, because it was an old church. I was on like a pew bench that they had upholstered, and he was on an air mattress just in the middle of the floor. And like, I put my keys and like everything to where I would find them. Well, they fucking moved them on me in the middle of the night. I'm like, why would you guys move stuff on me? They're like, well, we didn't want you to like get your keys. I was like, I was blackout. I was not going to get my keys. I was going to wake up in the morning, remember they're under seat 3, and fucking walk back to fucking college. Like, I don't know what you guys fucking want from me. So that is the only time I've ever been blackout drunk. I only drink in social situations where there's someone there that I want to like hook up with or hit on.
Oh, wow.
It is very much a liquid courage for me.
Okay.
I'm not typically a shy person. Like, you know me.
No.
But I have to be in control of the situation, and alcohol is a way of me to control that situation. So
that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
That's the only time I've ever been blackout drunk. I've not been able to reach that point ever again. I never want to reach that point ever again.
Michael, history
I
time.
I don't have that like need to drink either. Like
No, I don't
a
drink
lot of
much
people
either.
do. Like I just don't. Like I
don't.
like. Well, you want to drink? I'm like no. Like, but we're having a party. I'm like, yeah, and I
Yeah, that's
brought
fair.
sparkling water. You don't have anything I want. I'm very a bitch drinker too. So like, I'll pound some White Claws, but that's about it.
Put a pound
Don't
them White
sleep on
Claws.
seltzer. They're fucking good. They don't taste like ass like beer does. That's not true. I can do Mexican beer. I can't do American beer.
Oh,
I like Mexican beer, but it's because
first time I ever had actual beer was Corona from my parents.
That's good. I can do that.
Because my mom would buy a shit ton of them, so
Yep.
I would just steal one every now and
Yep.
again.
I can do Modelo, and I can do something else.
My favorite beer growing up was Molson Canadian, but that's because
my dad
my parents
fucking
and my
drinks that all the
grandparents
time.
drank.
I didn't even know that was a fucking thing until he
Oh
started
yeah,
drinking it.
yeah, that was my beer of choice for the
I
longest
can't
time.
do. I tried Founders has like an all day IPA. Someone's like, if you drink it like ice fucking cold, it's really good. I'm like, no, it tastes like fucking hops because of an IPA.
Yeah,
It's like, no, it tastes different. I'm like, so I bought a fucking case.
tastes like hops.
Fucking this disgusting thing I've ever. There's no amount of coldness that's gonna make it not taste like hops.
Yeah,
You fucking jackasses.
people.
I hate people.
So New Year's resolution. That's where we're ending out here.
Yep.
Michael, what do you have a New Year's resolution for the show or personally that you want to put out there in the universe for the new year coming up?
2 personal ones. One, I would like to actually like stick to like a regiment and actually get the desired body that I want, so
That's
I can
fair.
start dating and fucking women again. It's just my preference at this point in time. Who knows? That might change. It's right. It's pretty good. As far as like the podcast goes, me and Heather are going to start recording again soon. Now that it's been a month or so, we don't know if we're going to hop back in with like a official season 3. We might do things here and there. It's very hard to stick to a full season of things because you get bored about talking. Like we were gonna do Sailor Moon, right? Well, it's the same concept as fucking Beetleborgs and Power Rangers. It's the fucking monster of the week. Like,
yeah, that is
shit's
fair.
gonna happen. So we're thinking about just doing odd and end things. The things like an episode here, just to compile a compilation. But we're gonna start recording that fairly soon, and then go from there as far as editing and development. So I need to take a mic home with me. One of my blues over there.
Yeah, you can take a blue.
So
take one of these.
no, it's fine. I'll use the blue.
No,
because
because I need to get the new little tripods for them.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I'm gonna get new tripods for these because the arms that they come with, they don't work well with certain things.
And then
like,
as far as this podcast, I mean, like shit, I can't believe it's been a year and a half since I've been on here. Like,
been almost 4 years that we've been doing this total.
Crazy,
like we're going into our 4th year.
Like, we're rounding 150.
We're rounding 150 episodes. We're coming upon the year 3.5 years because once the new year comes, it's 6 months to our 4-year mark. So like we're at 3.5 years now.
Yeah.
Like, fuck.
Pinnacle point.
I didn't think we'd make it this far. I didn't think we'd be at this point.
Fucking running out of stuff to talk about some days, though. I tell you that.
Hey, you know,
like we can only hound so much, but like there's other things that we could talk about too.
There are. I could always. We have the. Speaking of which, I want to bring up Disney Bracket is coming at 150.
3 episodes.
Well, actually, 147 to 150.
Well, 148, 149, 150.
Okay, 148 to 150 will be
147 at the end. We'll discuss what the brackets are going to look like.
Yeah.
I have 3 Disney eras from like classic Disney eras from like 80s to 90s. 2000s encompasses itself, and then everything new that is had out there. Just so me and Sven can gush about the Miraculous Adventures of Ladybug and Cat Noir. I can gush about some of the newer shows that I think people should watch. One thing that straight off the back I know we've talked about is Mickey Mouse himself.
Yeah,
is not in this bracket.
And explain this, Michael. People were upset when I told them this.
Mickey Mouse is
his own fucking thing.
He is a mascot.
Yeah.
He had House of Mouse, which was a cartoon that played old cartoons. But he himself was never in a full cartoon dedicated to himself. Goofy had Goof Troop. Even Donald Duck really didn't have his own cartoon. It
was Huey, Dewey, and Louie that did.
Right.
With like Scrooge McDuck and shit like that. Like, yeah, DuckTales.
DuckTales did. Goofy's the only one out of those big three.
Oh my
that
God,
had-
Goofy really is the only one.
He
Because
is.
Mickey gets his own shows, but they're all like little kid
Yeah,
shows.
yeah, they're
like
like-
Mickey's
and I'm
Mouse
not
Clubhouse
counting
and things
those.
like that. And we're not going to count
No,
those because
I'm not doing a junior bracket. I could if I wanted to. I'm just not going to.
Yeah,
He's
I don't
in
want to do a
movies.
junior bracket. It means I have
He's
to watch
in
little
movies with
things.
Donald. He's in movies with Goofy. He's in Donald. He's in movies with Minnie. You
Yeah,
have the Prince and the Pauper and the Christmas Story. You have him in movies.
three
But this
mouse
is designed for cartoons that had a limited run, like Gargoyles or Avatar or Shaolin Showdown or Beyblade, that had a limited run on the network. And I scoured the internet to find a Mickey Mouse cartoon, and House of Mouse is the only one that I could find that would fit this criteria. Now, that being said, I didn't include that, but I do not expect it to win for obvious reasons.
No, there's too many things in the Disney bracket
Yes.
that
It's-
will be a struggle.
It's different than like a SpongeBob character because SpongeBob had it, and we can't include Mickey Mouse as a god tier character like we have with like Avatar and things like that,
That's
because
fair.
while he had cartoons in the 50s, 60s, and 70s, he was Mortimer, he was other things, when the Mickey Mouse that we know did not have his own cartoon.
That's fair.
So I just couldn't include it because I couldn't find a spot to put him. It's not fair to have Mickey Mouse go against Gargoyles. It's not the same caliber.
That's fair.
Mickey Mouse is a mascot before anything else.
That's fair as
Yep.
well. Well, with that, folks,
Yeah.
my New Year's resolution really is to get us new tripods. I have a railing thing coming. Well, I have it in a shopping cart. I just have to buy it.
Railing thing coming tonight too, I bet.
No, that was this morning. And there's going to be a couple more days this week. But anyway,
Most mornings.
most nights actually.
That's fine.
Monday mornings. Okay, for all of you to get a sneak peek into me.
Got a
Just
squeezer in the morning.
Mondays have become my favorite day of the week because number one, I close, and like no matter how shitty the close is, I know within a couple hours after I close, I come home, I take like essentially a nap, and my woman is here, and I have a good time, and it's just get to be in her company for a couple hours, and then she goes away, and then,
Can't wait to finally
then-
meet this woman at dinner where we can really make an ass of ourselves.
And then-
we're not going to like Sven to that one. It's going to be me and Anthony the first time. Just
okay,
like Sven
no
has,
Sven.
Well, Sven has that habit of making us not be able to go back to restaurants.
Oh, that's fair. That is fair. Sven has a problem. Yeah, and then I do the shows after. So like Mondays have become my favorite day of the week. It's a good time. But no, the puppy's good. Y'all get to see pictures. Y'all have seen pictures of the puppy everywhere. Because she insisted on
What
getting the
about
puppy.
personal resolutions?
Personal?
Personally, what are you working on this next year? Because
Because
like everything that happened in the last 3 months has kind of came out of fucking nowhere, bud.
yeah, it did.
So what are your resolutions for 2022 as far as personal development and career management?
Well, get a new job first off.
Yeah.
I know. I don't know how many of you. I know she listens every now and again, and like she knows what goes on at work. And I don't know who else all from work listens to like. So I don't want to say names of like people who do things whatever. Because
Also,
I don't know how many of you
We're
actually.
2
listen
hours
to it.
9 minutes into this. If you're listening to this, you're committed. I'm sure most people have dropped off by now.
Oh, most people have dropped off. Personal, I would have to say, just getting a new job is my number one for this coming year because
You'd like insurance and better pay.
things have just gotten stressful, and it's not like the normal stressful. Like things have just kind of been falling apart, and nobody can really seem to fix anything. And there were some talks last night of certain things that like were very upsetting to me and Paul.
Yeah.
Definitely,
Work
yeah.
sucks. Time to get out.
Work
You
has
and
not
Sven are
gotten
kind
better.
of- you and Sven are kind of on the same page with that aspect. So
Like I like the people I work with. I like most of the people I work with.
There you
There's some people that are a bit of a problem, and then there's other things that are compiling on top of that are affecting everybody. And I think it's time.
it's just the service industry. It's time for every so often you have to have a
Every so
complete fall
often.
apart to build back.
It's true.
That's all there is to it.
So that's the thing. That's
Yeah.
my personal thing for right now. Just like I need to get the new job.
Yep.
Focus on that.
Yep.
For our show go, Disney. getting us the tripods there. But the railing thing I mentioned is coming for the green screen, and I'm also going to try to get a soundproof curtain to like put
For echoing.
basically over there so we can like cut it back. So
Yeah,
it's
so
not.
there's a lot of reverb from that way. I understand. So
Yeah, you know, just
I
an
get it.
open floor plan.
it's true.
There's no wall. I mean, I could technically probably turn that room into something, but I don't know how it would deal with like, because I'm pretty sure that's the air vent thing. So I don't know how that would.
Always sound. Yeah, that could.
I don't know if that makes any sense.
That we
or
do.
not.
We do record in like the literal middle of your living room.
Yeah.
We could easily push it that way, and you could soundproof that wall, and we could sit facing the wall.
I honestly think I might just turn that room into something because like that
You
door
should-
doesn't
I mean, you
really
have a
close
year
and
left on
like
this lease, right? So
yeah, we have a little over a year.
So you might as well do something with it because you're not going to get a washer and dryer in that time. I just know. you
No,
guys
I don't
aren't.
think we're gonna
I
get
just
any
know you
washer
guys
dryer
probably
ever.
won't,
Like me and Paul, my roommate, who you heard in the
Yes.
beginning of the show, we keep debating getting a washer and dryer, but we haven't. We just keep going to laundromat.
Yeah,
Like we
sometimes
just like
it's just easier.
saves
Plus,
us
you got to
money
fucking
right
haul
now.
that shit up here, and who gets
Yeah,
it when
that's
you guys move
exactly
out?
that was my point. I'm like, we have to bring that shit up here and bring it back down.
Like
Like,
that
we really
thing's
want to
just
carry it
getting
up the
tossed out the
stairs.
fucking window the next time we move.
I'm gonna take a saw,
And just
just
cut
cut
it.
it into pieces, and
Seriously.
throw it off the fucking balcony.
Seriously,
Be forever gone.
I have moved it onto the carpet. I think when me and Anthony are over next time, we're actually going to put it against the wall. We're going to get there. We're going to get you. We're going to give. Listen, this apartment looks like two men live together. Not in like a sexual way either, because if it was in a sexual way, not that you and Paul are dirty, it would be cleaner, and there would be a matching love seat sofa, and there would be a fake ass fireplace somewhere in here, and there wouldn't be boxes used as furniture. Like Jared's apartment, you know, you see those memes online about like men can just live like this, and it's like a good bedroom and like a gaming chair, a TV on a stack of books, or a box in his system. It's literally that, except he has a lamp and an entertainment
I
center.
have a side table with a lamp.
This entertainment center is now becoming what I call a doom box.
Yeah.
Anyone know from
Yeah.
ADHD would know what a doom box is. It's just where everything collects that you're not quite ready to throw away.
Oh, so she bought me a new clothes basket because my
Look at you moving up in the world, getting organized.
she's doing stuff. Oh, so for on air for everyone, end out the show here because we're getting all sidetracked. But
He's going ring shopping.
clarify because Michael said he keeps saying he wants to queer eye me.
Queer eyed.
She has
Queer eyed you.
yes,
She's
queer eye
queer-eying
me.
you.
She has some things.
All things just keep getting better.
She has stipulations with what Michael wants.
Yeah,
So
it doesn't matter.
number one, she said I'm not allowed to shave my beard off.
She doesn't know what you look like without your
She'll
beard.
fucking hurt me if I don't have the beard.
Maybe we'll go
And I'm not-
we do like balls of fury, and we give you like triangle mutton chops. It's a deep cut reference, but it's a good one.
So good.
It's a good fucking one. Back in Black playing while we're doing it.
She also doesn't want me to cut my hair. She
That fucking
likes the
sucks.
long hair.
Then we're gonna have to get you some new
She'll
product.
cut you.
Because Irish Spring and 2-in-1 hair shampoo and conditioner, bud. That's not
Not
doing
2-in-1
anything for your
conditioner.
scalp and your.
It's not 2-in-1 conditioner.
Is it just conditioner?
No.
But I was in your bathroom twice today. Okay, I see the gallon-size Irish Spring, which, by the way, is not doing anything for your skin, and your shampoo conditioner mix not doing anything for your
Mhm.
scalp. We need to get you an exfoliating brush and some product. Okay, I'm gonna fix the face first. It's the money maker. A little sugar scrub, exfoliating.
I'm a simple
And a
man.
good, yeah. Even a simple man has a
Simple man.
skincare routine anymore, asshole.
I don't agree with that.
Yeah,
I don't
well,
agree with any of this.
He's gonna have to.
Anyway, she's doing things too. So,
Yeah,
you know,
she's
it's not
making
just
him clean.
Michael.
It's real fucking weird. He's never had to clean before. Which me and her are gonna have to have a talk because she needs to work just a little bit faster.
Fuck off, all right? Fuck off. I made fucking cheesecake that she ate and liked, so I think I did something right. I was really worried it didn't turn out
real
right.
quick though, it looked delicious, would have been more heartfelt if you made an Oreo crust by hand and not the pre-bought one. Because pre-bought cheesecake crusts, that's cheating. Because those fuckers are the hardest thing to make. That's harder than the actual fucking cheesecake part.
We didn't have enough Oreos for that, unfortunately, because Paul did the same thing.
Shit.
Okay, so I did eat one case of Oreos that was left open, and Paul opened one and did his own Oreo cheesecake, and then I ate the rest of the Oreos that were left there. Because, like a fucking bear in the middle of the night, I was just like,
he's famished fucking his leg too hard. Need the sugar to replenish all the
you ate all my sugar, I need to replenish.
Cracks open a Mountain Dew, downs that, and fucking eats a bunch of Oreos.
No, actually, I had my Oreos with milk because Oreos are best with milk. But I ended up eating those, and he had a second case. He opened up that he used for more cheesecake he made. So then I used some for cheesecake, and then,
that's fine.
But there wasn't enough to make it crusty. And
I'm slowly taking over his wardrobe, so that's fine.
Yeah, no.
Yeah,
I just wear them because Michael's here.
That's not true. He's wearing a purple shirt because it's clean.
I like this. I like purple though.
Yeah, it's a good shirt.
I mean, I like purple.
It's a good shirt.
It's a good shirt.
It's a good shirt. It's Felix. It's a good shirt.
It's a good
you
shirt.
want the pink one yet?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It did actually.
It's a good one. It's a good shirt.
I wore it the Christmas Eve to work.
Yeah.
I wore it after with the party. I wore the pink shirt.
That's fantastic. It's a good shirt. Rock Sampson's gym. It's a good shirt.
Rock Sampson's. I had people ask me legitimately, it's like, oh, is that a gym you go to? And it's like, no. It's not a real gym.
Does my fat ass look like I go to a gym? No.
That's how I felt too. I was like, do I look like I went to the fucking gym?
The thing, Derek, you could very easily pass as a gym bro. You could.
I am fat. I'm too fat to be a gym bro.
No,
gym bro has no fat on their body, bro.
That's not true. A lot of gym dudes have a lot of fat on their body, but you have a stature that's imposing, and when you wear the baggy stuff, that's what gym bros wear. So it makes you look like you could be a gym bro. I'm not talking about like fucking The Rock who wears like skin tight, like just barely covers his nipples.
Do you have anything in a child small?
Do you have anything in a child small? Are these the tiniest condoms you got? Yeah, well, I'll try them, but I don't know.
I don't think they're gonna work. But, so no, that's New Year's resolution for us. Hopefully your New Year's okay. We won't have an episode before the New Year.
No,
so you'll see us in the new year. Hopefully the world doesn't end. The sky not help us.
Yeah, I would praise the machine overlords.
Are we going to space? Are they still doing that?
I think so.
Amazon and Tesla.
Yeah,
Tesla. Did you see he shaved his head, Elon?
No.
Yeah, somebody posted a thing about like he shaved his head. He looks more like the dude from Fifth Element now.
I hate Elon. He's such a dick. It's fine.
I don't really have feelings on any of them.
Yeah,
they don't affect me.
He was such a well held national treasure 3 years ago, and much like Chevy Chase, he's just a giant piece of shit.
Matrix Resurrections. Let's recap real quick.
Yep.
Matrix Resurrections. Don't watch it unless you want to. I mean, if you're a completionist, you want to go for it. It's not fun. Not a fun
Witcher
time.
and Letterkenny, both watch.
Witcher and Letterkenny.
Watch it. They're worth great.
Hawkeye. Watch
Disappointing?
it. Disappointing finale, but watch it.
Watch it. With
Spider-Man: No Way Home. Go for it. Antlers. Go for it.
Amazing Spider-Man 3 with Venom and Morbius. Do it.
Yeah, I'm excited to see where these movies are coming.
Fourth one, so we can forget that fucking shit.
You know what they have to do though?
What?
I'm being dead.
Bring back Topher Grace and kill him off. Like actually kill off that Eddie Brock. Just bullet to the head.
They have to acknowledge Sam Raimi was going to have Bruce Campbell be Mysterio in the fourth movie, which is why he was in all three. It was a big thing he was going to do. It got fucked up.
Yes, do that.
Working on the fourth movie, you need to just go for it.
Just
like that needs to be your lead villain.
Still in good. Bruce Campbell's still in good condition.
It's a Tobey Maguire version of Far From Home.
Let him do it.
Give it to us. Just give it to us.
Do that and fucking like Scorpion. I'd be happy.
I really think Scorpion's coming. Anyway, folks, that's what that's everything we think. That's all our spoilery things. And this is the episode when it's the two of us. Anthony should have come, but he didn't. So that's on him now.
I mean, we've been talking for 2 hours. We always do this, me and Jared. We always go for the longest for whatever reason.
There will also be a second episode of the new Vegas thing. I'm testing out the equipment, so I need your guys' feedback on what you'd like to see me do with what games you'd like to see, whatever. I may be getting Battlefield.
Be fun.
I probably won't though. I tried the trial. It's on sale, but I don't know if I actually want to get it or not. I refuse to get Call of Duty again. Yeah, that's the fridge.
It really sounds like it's gonna explode.
Right?
It's
right.
fine.
I worry about it
Yeah.
every early morning hour.
Like someone's breaking in. Is there someone knocking?
Follow us at Oddcast and follow us at Jokeypants Games. Michael, you can find at
Beetle_cast.
Beetle_cast.
New episodes will be out within the next 3 to 4 weeks. Me and Heather are going to record. I'm actually going to backlog them. Probably won't start until after the new year. Going to backlog them so when shit happens, we can just post them as needed. So
That's fair.
it just makes it a lot easier.
That sounds
Yeah.
like it'd be easier.
You'd think that, but when you don't have a 2.5-hour show, it makes it a lot easier.
Oh, also,
Yeah.
I didn't rent Resident Evil also because I wanted to bring up the reviews on Xbox, like people leaving reviews after they watched it.
Yeah.
There were so many conflicting ones of
I
like
get
people
that.
who were like it fan serviced well enough to where it was fun, and then other people saying that there were legitimate like 2-star reviews being like the original movie series did better, and I'm like, ooh,
Damn.
ouch, that's
Damn.
harsh. But
Yeah,
I was
I've
seeing a
seen
lot of
those
other ones
episodes.
saying that like they did well with the material, but we'll see. I don't know. But there's also a Netflix series coming that like contradicts with it, so I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore.
Yeah. But that's been this episode. We'll catch you in the new year. Hopefully all 4 of us will be back. 2022.
The Holy Trinity.
Hashtag stay odd, stay classy, San Diego.
Stay classy,
Go.
you whales vaginas.
It's a whale's vagina. No,
Whales.
I don't think it means Saint Diego.
Nope, pretty sure it means a whale's
Well,
vagina.
who knows? Lost in translation to the world. Well, when in Rome, I don't think that's how that's saying. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. I don't understand it yet. Oh, well.
Couldn't tell. Couldn't tell.
That's a good